I'm a little scared. The reason why is because we're going to a place that no man has ever gone before. Google. Well, that's not true because they have 250 billion searches per month, but the dark side of Google. The things that nobody should ever Google. And YouTube, if you happen to be watching this, don't worry. I took care of all the blurring, all that good stuff. This is purely educational. And for you guys watching, consider this your last chance to leave because this may scar you forever. Not really, but let's do this. All right, so the first thing that we're looking up today is the huntsman spider, which is apparently the biggest spider to ever exist. So a lot of people have arachnophobia. It's one of the biggest phobias across the world, and we're going to look at the biggest spider. Of course, for this video, I'm going to be doing all of my searches in incognito mode because can't get caught lacking on the main, and I don't know what lies ahead of me, quite frankly, so your guess is as good as mine. All right, so here's the huntsman spider. I think he's a cute little fella. I mean, does this really ruffle anybody's feathers? Is anybody's stomach dropping over seeing a huntsman spider? I mean, that's ridiculous. Australian man, of course, is in Australia. If I saw this spider, like, what would I actually do? Because that's about yay big, the size of a small dog. I imagine you just have to burn the house down, right? Like, how do you actually get that out of there? That thing's massive. You can't like put it in a cup. You need like a massive pan just to trap it. Who knows how strong they are? Look at this one in the corner, Jesus. You know what? But I bet you they're very friendly. Okay. See, they're venomous, but not harmful to people. So even when bitten, most people simply experience a small amount of pain. So you know what? They might be some nice little fellas. All right, so this next video is actually on YouTube, and it's a botfly maggot removal, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a video of somebody removing a maggot from their arm. If you have a weak stomach, you may want to shy away from this one.
That is so grim.
This is something you won't see every day.
Ooh, yeah, there it is. Oh, that's gotta feel so good though, coming out. Not for the maggot, but for the person. Just have that in there though. Oh, how big is that? Let's see how big this gets. Wow, I thought maggots were small.
Oh my God.
Yep, there they go, pulling his friend. And I pray that this is the last one. If there's anything else after this, I can't even look. All right, so that was a baby one. That looks to be the, oh my, it's everywhere. This poor, oh, it's on her arm. Why did I think it was the leg? How do you even realize that you have maggots in your body? Some other insect-related material that you should definitely not Google, mouth larva, which is basically just larva inside people's mouths, and it just shows people removing it, so it's very similar to the video we just watched, but it's a little bit more graphic, so we won't be showing that. And then also jiggers, which is just these really disgusting feet that have small insects that have infiltrated black holes into their feet. I know it sounds crazy. Look it up at your own discretion, not on my watch. So something you are able to look up is pressure cooker recipes, which of course, if you have a pressure cooker and you want to come up with some new recipes, totally fine. Something you can't look up is pressure cooker BOMBS, because that implies that you're trying to build something. You also shouldn't be looking up uranium BOMB, because both these things will probably have you reported to the FBI. So I highly advise against doing that, but if you want to make something nice in like an Instant Pot or a pressure cooker, by all means. Now, what I am going to look up is pressure cooker explosion. And the reason I'm looking this up is purely because I want to educate myself on how to properly use a pressure cooker. However, if you search far and wide enough on here, you'll be finding some websites that, let's just say, I probably can't show on this website. So next up, we have something that you've probably looked up in the past multiple times. I think we all have, and that is your symptoms. But according to the CDC, this is the #1 search that leads to anxiety in young people. So in other words, you probably shouldn't be doing this. Why do people do it? I guess it gives them comfort to know that they don't have something, but what it ends up doing is like affirming these other diseases. So you think you have a headache, so you look up like, oh, brain swelling, then you think you have cancer. So don't do these things. The one website in particular is medicinenet.com. And here is an article right here that says symptoms of 12 serious diseases and health problems. So for instance, 15 signs and symptoms of a heart attack, unusual fatigue. So people will be like, oh, I'm so lazy today, I'm having a heart attack. Or lightheadedness. They're like, oh, I didn't drink enough water, I'm having a heart attack. And they have this for literally every single disease. So I probably wouldn't look this up because you're probably gonna hate yourself. The next thing you should never Google is calculus, bridge. So definitely look up calculus if you need help with your math homework, but do not type the word bridge after calculus. I really can't look it up. It's pretty disgusting, but it's effectively these disgusting teeth that have this like brown and moldy thing to them. Just stay away from it. I promise you're gonna be better off without it. So don't look up calculus bridge. All right, so next up, we are looking up the Russian sleep experiment, which a lot of people have said not to look up. I'm actually aware of this already, but if you guys aren't, it's going to be pretty creepy. So tells the tale of 5 test subjects being exposed to an experimental sleep-inhibiting stimulant in a Soviet-era scientific experiment, which has become the basis of an urban legend. So basically, we don't know if this is real or not, but they effectively kept people awake for, I don't know how long. I think it was days, like 10 days. And basically people ended up just going absolutely crazy. There's even some really cool documentaries and some mock video of the Russian sleep experiment, which we are going to be clicking into now. And you'll see this is what people ended up looking like after 3 days. So do not look up anything deeper than what I just showed you on the Russian sleep experiment. I mean, you'll see there's a reason why all of this is blurred. And it's not because there's naked people on the screen. It's because it is violent, it is nasty, and it is something that you should never be subjected to. So this is the last time RSE should ever be on your screen. All right, so next up, something that nobody should ever look up, but we're gonna look it up because I think this is actually pretty cool, is dog head transplant. It's exactly what it sounds like. A Soviet scientist slash doctor literally put a head of another dog on another dog. So it's like a conjoined dog. You ever see a conjoined twin, right? Cute, cool. What about two dogs? It's like cat dog, but it's like dog dog. And there's a couple of them, I think. Like, look at this one right here, but here's a colorized photo of the two dogs coexisting. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what exactly happened with this, but it looks to be successful. So next up, we have something that you probably wouldn't think is super scary until you see it, and that is a wet koala. So as you can see, a wet koala is absolutely scary. Every single ounce of it just looks very unnerving for some reason. And it doesn't stop at koalas. Like, you'll see a wet owl right here that I think is equally scary. And what's even scarier than that is a large sloth. Like, look at this massive sloth. Imagine they were this size just coming at you. That's not a world I want to live in. I also don't want to live in a world with wet koalas. Koalas also carry chlamydia, and apparently they're like very dangerous to bamboo forests. So koalas may not be as cute as you think. So if you're Australian watching this, do us a favor and adopt them, because we don't want them in the wild, of course. All right, so next up, nobody should ever be looking up Ed Gein. I hate that I even have to show his name because this guy is the scum of the earth. He is the worst person of all time. He's also called the Butcher of Plainfield. Let's take a look at what he did. All right, so what he did, there was a woman named Bernice Warden, and they were together, and she was fatally shot and decapitated, and subsequent examinations of his home showed that he had systematically robbed graves and collected body parts, which he used to make household items. This guy was a grave robber who not only killed and decapitated people, but also went into people's graves and then used their things as like a lamp. So he used like a leg lamp, like from A Christmas Story. He had that IRL. So terrible guy. Also discovered was the head of Mary Hogan, so a tavern operator. So this guy was just the worst. And they ended up destroying things with fire, admitted to killing the two women, of course, and they both resembled his mother. So he had mommy problems, ended up taking it out on other people. Obviously a terrible guy. Found guilty, and he was admitted to a mental hospital, but probably should have been worse. All right, so they say don't look up Jeff the Killer. Of course, we're looking up Jeff the Killer. It's a creepy pasta. Okay, that's Jeff the Killer. All right, a little bit scary. Also, not really that scary. Jeff the Killer is just basically a 13-year-old boy who became insane, and then he was murderous, dangerous, and merciless, and he just became a serial killer. So that's him. He has a lot of aliases. Joker Reject. That seems like, you know, that's a shot to the heart for this guy. But that's him, and his quote, "Go to sleep," his most famous quote. So obviously this isn't real. However, there's some images to suggest, there it is right here, that maybe he is real. You know, maybe this isn't the worst guy in the world. So this guy is, I don't know, he's a dwarf who was murderous. Obviously, don't look him up. He'll give you nightmares. I do like the memes though. Brian Pepper memes, Brian Pepper. Let's see what's going on with Brian Pepper. Is this a real one? Okay, so this is actually a real photo taken of Brian Peppers, who was a registered offender in Ohio. I haven't seen this photo in a long time, but this is him. Why is everything weird in Ohio? Like, I know it's the meme, but it feels to be true. All right, so next up we have something that you shouldn't look up. I don't know why. I think it's a miracle whenever a baby is born, but that is real life Cyclops. So we have a baby born with one eye because the mother was exposed to mercury during her pregnancy, and you have a baby that, as you can see, looks like a Cyclops. And you know, at the end of the day, like, the baby will never know anything differently. So long as the baby is raised in a manner that, you know, is kind to it, I think the baby will end up fine. But that's the baby, and it has, I think it's called Cyclopia. Definitely didn't make that up. All right, so another thing you should never look up is death clock. I've looked this up in the past. I forget when it said I was gonna die. I think it was like 2054, so we're chilling for 30 years. years, which means you'll get, I don't know, like 10,000 more videos from me. So we're all chilling. Subscribe if you haven't already, yada, yada, yada. 41 million people, though, have apparently done this, so you might as well just have fun with it. Let's see if my death clock has changed since then, though. All right, so my birthday is June 14th. Can't tell you the year. Sex, yes. Male. Do you smoke? No. BMI, you know what? It's right around 25, but let's go less than 25 because they want me to state that I'm obese, which I'm not. Alcohol consumption, once a month. Country, USA. Include fitness diet? Yes. Fitness, very active. Diet, good. Submit. Let's go. Nobody's beating this. Nobody's beating this. 107 years, 3 months, and 18 days. If you are going to live longer than me, let me know, because then we can buddy up and we can be part of the Centenarian Club. I think that's the American Express Black Card Club, but you know what I'm trying to say. The Centenarian Club. The ones who actually are going to be progressing society into the 2100s. That's me. I'm making it there. Mr. 3 century, 1990s, 2000s, 2100s. You call me, it's called the trifecta, baby. The next thing that you should never look up is the dark web. If you don't know what the dark web, the deep net, the deep web, all these things are, it's basically a derivative of the World Wide Web that you can go on, where you can effectively just like torrent things, you could sell body parts, you could buy illegal drugs, you could get a lot of bad things. Don't go on here. You are able to go on here. All you need to do is just acquire a VPN, and then you just have to do something. I don't know. I'm not like a hacker or somebody like that. But yeah, I'm actually gonna, I think, make a video in the future titled I Visited the Dark Web, but I just have to figure out how I can do it without violating TOS on YouTube. So maybe that video will never come out, but just know that I thought about it. Next up, you should never Google when will the sun explode, because again, this gives people a lot of anxiety, but I don't know why. So the hydrogen runs out. There's gonna be a period of 2 to 3 billion years where the sun will go through phases of star death. So it's not gonna happen to you, your children, your children's great, great, great times a Google, that might be too much, times 100,000 generations below that. So I don't know why people are getting anxiety over this. All right, so the next thing you should never look up is the Nutty Putty tragedy. Basically, what had happened here is there was a cave exploration guy, and he was going through this one area of the cave that he thought was something else, and it ended up being this area that he got stuck and he ended up passing away. So as you can see in Utah, the Nutty Putty cave, there she is. And he thought he was going to the birth canal. The birth canal, as the name suggests, is a very tight, I don't know why people go through this, a very tight passageway that is about, do this. That's what you're doing here. And he thought he was here. So here's CBG, somebody who did survive this, and they posted it to YouTube. And you had somebody else who ended up going in something similar to this. So this is now the graphic in which people operate off of to understand how this man passed away. And, you know, if you're claustrophobic, I'm sure this is going to get to you. The tightest space I've ever been was in the pyramids of Giza. I was in the large pyramid, and there was a passageway that was definitely much bigger than this. But this is just a whole nother level. And so basically, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll also spoil something here. This guy ended up getting stuck in a position like such. So he was literally stuck upside down, and then after 27 hours, he entered cardiac arrest because there was too much pressure on his body, and then he unfortunately passed away. So if you have claustrophobia, do not look up cavers getting trapped, because it could definitely trigger something, I suppose. All right, so another thing you should never look up is eyeball tattoo. So instead of wearing, I guess, contacts, people just do that to their eyeballs. That's kind of crazy. That surely can't be good. You may think it looks cool, but don't be fooled by these MGK looking people. It's not something that I'd recommend doing. See, like scleral tattooing, just don't do it. You know, if you want to get a normal tattoo, fine. Why would you tattoo your organ? Think about it. That can't be good. Mixing blood and ink, that can't be good. That's just my 2 cents. But don't look it up, because 1, you might think it's gross, and 2, you might get into it. So let's not even look it up. All right, so the next thing you should never look up is ballerina toes. So ballerinas underneath those beautiful shoes. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about. Under the, I gotta look this up. Ballerina shoes are called ballet shoes. Wow, am I really that dumb? However, underneath that is just a bunch of just broken, I mean, this is kind of, you know what? This is kind of gross, I suppose, but all it takes is a pedicure and like a day of healing and the feet are fine again. Also, like, there's a lot of jobs in which the feet get broken like that. Have you ever seen a construction worker who's dropped something on his foot? We won't be looking that up, but may want to Google that, or you probably don't want to Google that. What happens when you die? Your brain stops. Other vital organs, including your kidneys and liver, stop. All your body systems powered by these organs shut down too, so that they're no longer capable of carrying on the ongoing processes understood as simply living. Death itself is a process, which means that each and every one of us, me, you, I'm pointing in like a Z-axis to like the other person watching, we're all dying. We're living, but we're simultaneously dying, because nobody's ever lived forever, which implies that we're in the process of dying. That may be scary to you, or it may be great if you're religious and you think that you're trending towards something something great like heaven. Regardless, it's scary. Don't look it up. All right, so I'm not sure why they said not to look this up because I think it looks pretty cool, but this is a mountain chicken, which is a type of frog. People are like, oh, don't look this up. Don't look this up. Why? You could even eat them. Look, mountain chicken recipe. Looks pretty good. Looks like buffalo wings, only it's frog legs. So they said don't look this up. I don't know why. Maybe because they have these long tails and they make you think that they're like these dinosaurs, but they're cute big fellas. I love me a good frog. All right, so next up we were looking up Snape wives. So if you guys watched Harry Potter, apparently there's a coalition of people who genuinely believe that they're married to Snape, who is Alan Rickman in real life. I don't know like why this is something that's like can't be Googled. I guess it's just, oh, there's an actual religion centering around Severus Snape, who is portrayed as an eternal and divine being similar to the Christian God. It had theological arguments, early schisms, and its own vows and prayers. I mean, I'm as big of a Snape fan as the next person, but I couldn't imagine, okay, well, these people, see, they subscribe to the Snape religion. Maybe I shouldn't be Googling this because it basically proves that there's traffic going to their website and it just gives them like more reinforcement in their ideas. So I think I'm gonna get off of this real quick. All right, so Unit 731, this was responsible for some of the most notorious war crimes ever committed by the Japanese armed forces. Not that we're gonna look at things specifically in the unit that took place, but the actual unit itself, we could look up. I suppose that's fair game. And what we find here is some very pixelated photos that show generally what things are looking like. There's some biological warfare experiments. If you've ever seen the anime Monster, then you probably know similar things which probably went on here. Yeah, so just not good stuff. I think they have museums that are now dedicated to the victims. This one shows explicit content. So if you look this up and you get too deep into the lore, you're probably gonna find some things you don't want to see. It's like looking up like Bin Laden's head, which is, you know, obviously also something you shouldn't look up. Another animal that you probably don't want to see is the Amazonian giant centipede. So don't look this up and definitely don't look up videos because a centipede is like a spider and a snake combined, which happen to be the two worst fears of any animals for any people. So you combine them, you get the Scolopendra gigantea. The fact that it's called the gigantea is probably not a good sign. You can see it's much bigger than a pencil. I mean, these things, they hunt bats. That's what these things do. There it is, taking down a literal snake. They're like just massive cockroaches. They are some big fellas. I would rather see the huntsman spider than this centipede. All right, one thing you should not Google is pillows under a microscope because you sleep on these pillows every single night. So now people are gonna have a lot of anxieties around it. I don't care. So there's a tardigrade, all these very, very, very small bugs, bed bugs that live on your pillow. They look exactly like this. So when you look deeply into a pillow, you're unfortunately gonna find a lot of these animals there. Dust mites. You can't get rid of them either, so I hope you're okay. Every time you put your head on the pillow, these guys are scratching at your hair. They're doing a lot of different things. There they are up close, dust mites inside the pillows. They look exactly like that. Every single pillow has that on it. Sorry. All right, so next up is the real exorcism of Emily Rose. So this is Annalise Michelle. That's what she looks like normal. Okay, normal person. Now we can finally hear the voices of all 6 demons that possessed Annalise. I don't know how they captured audio of this. Of course, there was a movie that came out of it called The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I don't know if it's based on a true story, loosely based on the book, which tells the story of somebody who apparently was actual. So she did go through Catholic exorcism rites during the year before her death. She died of malnutrition, okay, because, okay, her parents were convicted of that. All right, so she had a horrible psychosis. So, I mean, yeah, just don't look too much into this. This stuff's not good for you. Let's move on. All right, next up, what you should never look up is a cutaneous horn, but I think this is one of the coolest things ever. It's a horn that comes out of your body. So it's basically like a bone that protrudes out. And what you end up getting is like, you have like a tail. You ever see the movie Shallow Hal? And at the end, Jason Alexander has like that little tail. This reminds me of that. I'm sure it's like incredibly painful and such, but I think it looks pretty cool. So it's just a little horn coming out of some place on your body. Looks like usually the face. And yeah, I mean, I don't know the procedure. I don't think that it's like super deadly. I'm assuming this is something that modern science could like just cut out. But don't look it up because you're probably gonna go down a rabbit hole of like, oh, they're like growing horns, they're satanic, etc., etc. A lot of people say don't look up the humpback anglerfish because it's the ugliest fish in the world. But I beg to differ because I think this little guy is very cute. You know, outside of those piercing teeth, wide mouth, saggy skin, and I guess like the light on top, like why do you have a light on your head? How is that even possible? You know, it's actually kind of cute. And look at its little baby head. Just imagine it has a closed mouth. Like just put like a little bag or like a mask. Let's imagine this was during COVID. He wouldn't be too bad, right? It looks like a little blowfish. There he is, an anglerfish. He's not too bad. It's like, you know, my friend over there thinks you're cute. It's like, all right, what does he look like? All right, so something that nobody should ever look up is your own name. So if you search up your own name, you're gonna probably find things on here that you don't wanna see. So for instance, if you look up Sambucha, you have my YouTube channel. I'm very, like, what is Sambucha with an accent? YouTuber, but apparently I have songs called Olhes Negros. I don't speak the language. What is this, Portuguese? I don't speak it. My Instagram pops up, Sambucha, lol, go follow. Some pictures of when I was on my friend's bachelor party. I don't know how they get these things. Let's see what people are looking up. Sambucha age, Sambucha height, Sambucha YouTube, my real name, Sambucha food. I don't got food. Abs, merch, ethnicity. You'll never know. Maybe I'll make one of those videos where it's like answers the web's most searched questions and it's me and I'm pulling them off. So just drop some questions in the comments and maybe I'll make an actual whole video dedicated to answering some of the most pressing questions of our times relating to myself. But let me know. I mean, I post everything. I have like 2,000 videos. I'm a public figure, so I don't really care if there's stuff on me, but don't look yourself up because it could get scary. Something you should also never look up is what should I be insecure about, because people are going to point out all of your insecurities. So let's look at the top insecurities and let's see if we have them. All right, so let's take a look. Body image, social insecurity. So are you lame? Job security. So are you unemployed? Okay. Too much perfectionism. I always think that's the funniest thing. Like people like point out a flaw. Like, oh, I work too hard. I'm too perfect. If you're ever in an interview and somebody says like, what's a flaw of yours? Just don't say that. Just if you're going to pick a flaw, just say like, oh, like I don't know, like I watch Sambucha videos. They'd be like, oh, that's a deal breaker, but don't say the perfectionism thing. All right, so another thing you shouldn't look up is disgusting things that people allegedly found in their fast food. Now, this is not a lie, and I wish I had a photo. I actually may have a photo. I'll search around for it. I'll see if I still have it. But there's a picture that I took. I was at a KFC around Union Square in New York City, and I ordered a bucket of 8 chicken legs. And on one of the chickens, I kid you not, fried into the chicken, the DNA of the food, there was not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 pieces of long hair fried into the chicken in the breading. And how did I find that out? I took a bite and in my mouth was 4 employees' hairs that weren't wearing hair nuts from the KFC that I guess shed into the oil, fried it into the chicken, and then served it to me. So I reached out to KFC and I asked them, hey, KFC, is this normal practice? No, I didn't say that. I basically said, I want my money back because I didn't order fried hair, I ordered fried chicken. And what did they say? Oh, sorry, you don't have the receipt. Because I threw it out because who keeps the receipts? And they said, the most we can do for you is provide you with a coupon. And do you know what the coupon was for? It was for 8 pieces of chicken leg. I don't want chicken leg. I just ate fried chicken leg. Know what I want from you? I want a settlement. I wanted $10,000 for what I had to go through. And instead they gave me a coupon. That's just something about KFC before we get into this. All right, so it doesn't look like we have any photos here, but I do want to find some photos. Yeah, so if you look this up, I mean, you'll see that this is like poop, and you'll see, that's disgusting. Is that maggots? See, like this is literally what my chicken looked like. Strands of hair just everywhere. Maggots. Yeah, don't look this stuff up because it's gonna make you hate your food. Another thing you shouldn't look up is how your chicken nuggets are made, because what you're gonna find is this pink slime and all this gross stuff. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? I mean, like, I'll still eat it, right? This is meant to turn people off, but whatever. It looks like the filling of a chicken nugget. You bread that baby up. You just know that there's no beaks. It's chicken, right? It tastes good. We'll take it. Make it spicy, throw some barbecue sauce on it. So there used to be this fake sludge thing that people said this is how your chicken nuggets are made, but that was debunked. And then McDonald's, I guess, released this. They're like, no, this is how it's made. People are like, not much better, but we'll take it. One thing you should not look up is Bohemian Grove, though, which belongs to a San Francisco-based gentleman's club. And it's basically a place that hosts the most prominent men in the world. And apparently a lot goes on here. There's lots of documentaries about a lot of famous people. Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, a lot of the presidents, right? The royal families, they come over. They do a lot of different things here. So the Manhattan Project, where Robert Oppenheimer developed the atomic bomb, was held at Bohemian Grove. If you are curious what it looks like, here it is. This secretive retreat visited by Clarence Thomas, who, if you don't know who that is, he is one of the justices on the Supreme Court. And it, right, looks pretty crazy there. Doesn't look like a place that I'd want to send my kids. Doesn't look like a very fun camp, so to speak. But that's where it is in California, Bohemian Grove. There we have it. Another thing they say not to Google is Google. So if you're on Google and you Google, they said just don't do it because like every time you do it, a developer at Google just laughs at you. They're like, why would you search that up? I think, and I could be wrong, and I'm actually making this up completely right now, but it probably makes sense because I'm saying it with confidence. The most searched thing on Google is Google. Okay, it's YouTube. Next is Amazon, Facebook, weather. So Google is top 5. So people are searching Google, but that's crazy. YouTube, where you're watching this video, people are looking at, let me know if you found YouTube to watch this video through Google. If you typed in YouTube, got to me, etc. Some other things you should never look up is paranormal videos, because if you're home alone and you have a sensitivity to ghosts and the poltergeists, what you may end up doing is scaring yourself by looking at these, in many cases, fake videos of ghosts and other things floating around. Here's a lot of testimonies. You're going to convince yourself it's true. You're going to swear it's true, but none of it's true. Though, and I've said this before, I'm sure we have the picture. I say it every time. I actually take all of that back because I've met a real ghost before. I've taken a picture. I have photographed a real ghost before. I will put it on screen. Take your pictures of it. This is an actual ghost. You could see it as clear as day. And you could even see it's not just like the camera, the flash did some random thing, because that person does not look like anybody that's in that photo. So I've seen a ghost before. It wasn't scary. It was cool, you know, and I haven't been haunted, I think, over the past half of my life, 14 years. So I think it's cool, but you might get scared, so don't look it up. Another thing you shouldn't look up under any circumstances as well is your email, because if you look up your email, you're probably going to find certain websites that you're unhappy with being linked to. You're not going to understand how to unlink it, and you're just going to have a ton of anxiety around trying to unsubscribe to it, etc. So you just have to accept, once you're on the internet, your data is sold to a bunch of people. We had this issue with Facebook when they sold it to Boston Analytics, whatever that company was called. Everybody does it. TikTok has your data. Google has your data. It's just how things go nowadays. You just have to accept it. Just the price of being online. All right, so one book that you should never look up, and don't even type this into Google, I'm just on Wikipedia here, is The Anarchist Cookbook. So basically what this book is it's a cookbook that lets you figure out the recipes for certain illicit drugs, freaking devices, weapons, and a lot of other things that should never really be made. And so there's no need to ever look up the cookbook for said recipes. But there's actually, I mean, a guy, I guess in 1971, by the name of William Powell invented this. And it also says inside how to throw a melodic cocktail, how to make this is something you shouldn't get your hands on, and you probably also should just never search it. It's a cool book. It's a cool concept. There's actually a film as well called The Anarchist Cookbook with nobody in it. Doesn't look like it did super well either. It did $14,000 at the box office with a $2 million budget. All right, so that's it's a rom-com too. So there's that. Another thing you shouldn't look too much into is the Food Defect Levels Handbook, because you're probably going to be surprised when you look at some of your favorite foods and find that they're not as regulated as you think, and that they actually let a lot of things slide. In that same vein, when you're asleep, you probably eat 12 spiders over the course of your lifetime. I'm sure we've all seen that stat. Don't look it up though, because it may or may not be true, and I want everybody to think that, because I think that's funny. And lastly, the final thing that nobody should ever look up, and really ever, because this stuff's weird, Tetris fan fiction, or just in general any fan fiction. I would just stay away from it. I've seen fan fiction on myself before, and it's just like, I think it's cool, but it's just Tetris. It's blocks. It's inanimate objects. What is there to write about? This person says, oh, the blocks ask themselves if they're the right size. All right, guys, all-time favorite quotes is that imitation is the greatest form of flattery that mediocrity can provide to greatness, which basically just means that if somebody's copying you, then you're doing something right. But YouTube's interesting because it happens a lot on here, not just in the form of content, but also in the form of thumbnails and even personalities. Heck, even myself, I'll take sometimes from other people. If I think that they have a good idea, then I'll try to just like twist it into my own way. But sometimes on YouTube, I have to say that people toe the line between inspiration and straight up stealing. So we're gonna take a look at some of the most egregious offenders out there to see if they're copycats or maybe just inspired. And if you happen to appear in this video, don't get mad at me. It's your fault. Starting off with a bang, and we have I Spent 100 Hours in Capsule Hotels by a creator named Drew Does. He actually has a lot of interesting videos where he visits like the weirdest hotels and things like that. And so he had this really unique thumbnail in which obviously it shows like a bunch of different capsule hotels in Japan and gives like good perspective on it. And then lo and behold, about 2 months afterwards, Brent Rivera comes out with the same exact thumbnail as Drew Does, but he just horizontally flips it over the y-axis, changes some of the colors up, and then puts himself in there. He even keeps out the feet hanging out in the thumbnail, which I think is really interesting. But it doesn't end here. This was such a good thumbnail that then the Stokes twins, another offender who's going to appear multiple times in this video, end up taking Brent's thumbnail, which is effectively just Drew Does' thumbnail, and then they just put a little twist on it. It's no longer I spent 100 hours in capsule hotels, but it's the last to leave, because when you do a challenge, it's totally different content now. So I think this one's hilarious just because it's like two different people shamelessly taking like what I think is a pretty unique thumbnail concept, but it doesn't end here. Next up, we have a video from Matthew Beam titled YouTubers Control My Life for 24 Hours Extreme. Wow, very enticing. And this was 2 years ago. And then a year ago, Malik, a creator, M-A-L-I-K, comes out with a video with the same exact title and effectively the same exact thumbnail, just showing him in a jumpsuit with the tape on his mouth, Mr. Beast on the left, and he swaps out some creators, so you could argue this is inspiration and not stolen. But where it gets interesting is when you actually watch the video. So let me do a quick side-by-side. 3, 2, 1.
For the next 24 hours, the biggest YouTubers in the world will be controlling my life. Starting with Mr. Beast.
I challenge you to give your mom $10,000. Have fun.
$10,000?
Okay, so the first 12 seconds of the video was like completely ripped off. It's actually hilarious because this guy Malik is playing a video from Mr. Beast as if Mr. Beast sent him this video. Obviously, Mr. Beast didn't send you the exact frame-by-frame video in which he sent Matthew Beam. Like, obviously, you so clearly ripped this, it's like you didn't even care to change anything up. It's actually kind of impressive being this shamelessly copying somebody to the point where, I mean, it's one thing that you copy the intro word for word, but then I think what's really funny is that this starting with screen was also taken. Like, your editor couldn't even make an original starting with.
Will be controlling my life. Starting with.
Like, you just had to rip it completely. And then he had the audacity to watermark his video with Malik right over there. It's shameless. And he also had a sponsor on this video, which I think is really crazy. Like, if you're the sponsor of a video, I think you have to do some sort of due diligence into like the video that you're choosing to post on. Because the way that it works is that sponsors will reach out to you. They'll want to like put a video out by a certain day, like, hey, give like a 60-second ad read. And then they don't like really care about what video it is. They just want to put it out. So I could put out a video where it's like Sambucha biggest poop compilation. And it's like, so long as I like do the ad roll within like, 6 minutes, it's going to be fine. But I feel like they should be checking it, especially because it's a video completely stolen from somebody else. So this is already pretty bad, right? But then on top of this, what Malik does is he forges messages from Gideon, acting like Gideon challenged him to do something.
Here comes from Gideon himself.
Oh man, what is that?
Hitchhike in only your whitey tighties.
Whoa.
And how do we know this? Because Gideon himself actually ended up talking about this. So here's the screenshot that Gideon posted, and this is what the DM supposedly looks like. And then on Gideon's end, hey bro, I'm doing a YouTube video asking for dares. Give me something fire. Not too crazy though. By the way, big supporter. No answer. In fact, he didn't even accept the message request. So I think all the evidence points in the direction of this video being incredibly fraudulent. So during COVID, a creator called Charles the French made a video that got super popular titled The Problem with Online Classes, in which it's like a 2-minute skit in which he shows like these different scenarios of what happens in online classes over Zoom. And then 2 months later, the Stokes twins come out with a video that is quite literally the same exact thing. Now the thumbnails are different, and so you're probably thinking, Sam, they definitely didn't copy. There's nothing in here. Like, what are you trying to nail them on? You're just being like super aggressive towards them for no reason. 1 second. So we're gonna watch Charles' original video first, then we're gonna go into the Stokes twins.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this online class. Click present when I call your name. Jack? Okay. Peter? Okay.
Charles?
Present.
All right, so there we go.
Alright everyone, welcome to your first day of online class. Now, when I call your name, click the spacebar so I know your presence. Andrew? Lexi? Alan? Very good.
Like, it's one thing to copy somebody's editing style. I even understand the thumbnail sometimes because there's only so many ways to convey an idea. Like, there's bound to be overlap. And if somebody does something right, you're just like, oh, let me like, twist it up a little bit. Literally stealing a skit is absurd, I think. But that's not where it ends, right? This is a 2-minute video, keep in mind. And in more than half the video was completely ripped. All right.
So I know this is a bit unusual, but I really hope we can study well. I want us together to try to grab the knowledge from this class. I want us to grab...
Basically making fun of how with poor connection, there can be a lot of issues with like understanding what's being said and it can be misconstrued, right? That general concept is what that skit is.
Now, I want us together to try to grab knowledge from this class. I want us to grab this.
The same exact joke, at least like do a different joke. Like if you're gonna take the same exact premise of the skit, at least change up the language and the dialogue. Like you would think that a script writer for a 3-minute video could come up with like something interesting where it's like a bad connection could lead to another misunderstanding. I always think it's crazy though when like the copied video does better than the original video. Like this video over here has 5.4 million views and then the Stokes twins got 6.5 million views. And you're gonna see that this happens a lot. So this thumbnail on the right is one of my favorite thumbnails on all of YouTube, and it's the world's longest lightsaber, and it basically showcases like a lightsaber that's effectively 30,000 feet in the air, like slicing open a plane, which is a really interesting concept. It makes you want to click in, right? 195 million views. And so what do the creative genius of the Stokes twins do? They take that exact thumbnail, horizontally flip it, add some text, and then put themselves over that guy in the corridor team. And I just think it's wild that it's just like accepted. Like at least recreate your own version of this. Like work with a thumbnail artist and say, hey, I like this. Can you kind of like rework this and make this somewhat the same? Like you're taking the the exact same thumbnail. You're quite literally like using somebody else's work that he probably spent a lot of time on. And again, this video did super well for them. Not as good as the original video, but 60 million views. Like they made probably like hundreds of thousands of dollars off this single video. All right, so next up, when we have arguably the craziest instance of thumbnail copying I've ever seen, and it's for Mystery Pool. So it looks like Dangy Bros were the original creators, and you'll see a ton of creators like Unspeakable, Ben Azalert, and then Brent Rivera just copying and pasting. I mean, doesn't it get tiring to do this all the time? I know I'd get tired of it, and that's why I'm partnering with G Fuel, because as many of you guys are aware, I don't like drinking coffee because I don't like the crash, I don't like the taste, I don't like the jitters that come with it. And so for me, G Fuel gives me a cleaner energy so I can do things that require energy, like going to the gym or recording some really long videos. Okay, that's embarrassing. I just spilled some on myself in the middle of the ad read. I'm like a child. What's also good about G Fuel though is that it's sugar-free and only has 15 calories. Skinny. And you get 40 servings per tub, which is like 40 days of concentration, which is crazy. And it only gets better because right now is G Fuel's Madness sale, which is buy one, get one free. BOGO, as they say. Which means that in my case, you can actually get 80 days of concentration. So like 3 months in a single tub. Right here is my personal favorite, which is raspberry lemonade. So if you have a sweet tooth like I do, so make sure to take advantage of the G Fuel Madness sale. It's buy one, get one free, double the servings, double the energy for one single price. So go ahead and click the link below so you can check that out right now. So I will be right back because now I have to like dry off my sweatshirt. Does nobody care? I don't know what exactly happened, why people just like copy paste, but this is the same exact thing. Like this is wild. And then you go down, like even this little dude Vlad, he looks like he's 8 years old. He's taking the same thing. Adam B, again, I don't know who this is. All these people, it's like the same exact video. If I'm like a consumer on YouTube and I type in Mystery Pool Challenge, I don't know what to click on. Like in a way, they're kind of cannibalizing each other. I guess it's good because everyone's like gonna click on the video, like wondering what the difference is. But I would be really upset if I came up with a, if assuming Dangy Bros are the original posters of this, I'd be extremely upset if I came up with a fire concept like that and then all of a sudden like everybody rips the same thing down to the color of the shirt. Okay, so I think this is a Spanish channel. I don't know where he's from. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Spain. But this guy basically copied the Ryan Trahan Penny series, but instead he did the Peso series. So right after Ryan Trahan came out with his Penny series videos, this guy comes out with the Peso series, in which he takes very, very similar thumbnails and he just puts them in Spanish, and then he chronicles himself over the course of 30 days until he ultimately finishes. Here's 28, 29, and then what does he do with the penny? He delivers it to Fede Vegavani, who I think is supposed to be like the Mr. Beast of wherever this guy's from. It looks like he's from Mexico, so that makes sense, okay? He's also looking to chase the rock, which I believe is something that YouTuber Isaiah Photo was trying to do. So even like his banner is just stolen. And the thing is, nobody's gonna call him out because he's in Mexico, and so there's like a different audience. So you're always gonna see international channels taking from like other creators. Even US channels will take from like people in Russia or whatever. That's just how it goes, but it's just pretty funny when you just like actually look and think about what's happening here. Next up, we have a video from Dylan, who is the original poster, and it was titled, "I ate at every Gordon Ramsay restaurant." So what we have here is a pretty unique concept, right? Just going around the United States and eating at all Gordon Ramsay restaurants. And we have Brent Rivera, who just a month ago came out with literally the same exact video down to the T. So the thumbnail is pretty similar. You can argue it's a little bit different, so we can call inspiration, even though I think that's being a bit lenient. But when you actually play the video, the intro is like exactly the same. I mean, it's shameless. Here we go.
Over the next 7 days, I'm gonna go every Gordon Ramsay restaurant in America.
Okay, so the first 5 seconds, literally the intro is, over the next 10 days, I'll be going to every single Gordon Ramsay restaurant in America. Just basically rehashing the same exact intro and thumbnail that Dylan put out. Now, Dylan's video did end up doing a little bit more in views, but what you don't realize is that this man's making way more bank on this, because that's a 28-minute video in which he got 4 million views. He's feasting. And even the worst part is that Gordon Ramsay himself commented on Brent Rivera's video saying, "Congrats, bud," but ignores Dylan, the person who actually came up with this video concept. So you can't win. You really can't win. There's no winning out here. It's an unfortunate world we live in. Okay, so we have this YouTuber named Wasil Daoud, and you're probably gonna recognize what he does here. He just wastes food. So you're gonna see, like me when I want spaghetti.
Spaghetti sauce!
And he proceeds to mash it, eat it, and then watch.
Perfect!
So that's his entire shtick. I mean, there's an entire 19-minute and 18-second compilation on some of his greatest hits, truly Mona Lisas of TikToks. And you would think that this would just exist as bad content on the internet. Like, this can't be copied. Like, who's gonna copy already bottom-of-the-barrel content? Have no fear, because Topper Guild is here.
Cereal! Milk! Perfect!
Like even the accent, you're not whatever that guy is. You're white. You don't even have that accent. The accent's the crazy thing. It's like one thing to copy the content, but then you're also copying the accent. But that reminds me of somebody who copies another YouTuber, not just in content style or the content itself, but the mannerisms, because that's an interesting one. So in a pretty crazy turn of events, we have Topper Guild here, who is being copied by Brent Rivera. And I know I said I'm not going to do shorts, but this one's just crazy. This is the original video from Topper in which he's pretending to be a food critic at a Michelin or 5-star restaurant.
Take this notebook into a fancy restaurant and act like a food critic to see if they treat me any differently.
I have a notebook, and I'm gonna go to a fancy restaurant, act like a food critic to see if they treat me any differently.
Okay, so the same exact music, the same exact script, the same exact shirt, the same exact notebook, perhaps, the light blue. It's like down to a T. I love how he has like his Lambo in the background, just has to flex it real quick. And then you're gonna see, I mean, very similar themes throughout. Let's just check it out.
I made a reservation at a 5-star restaurant and kept a low profile for the first few minutes.
I booked a lunch reservation at a Michelin star restaurant, and I kept it pretty low-key while I tried the first couple appetizers.
It's like you can't make this up. It's just crazy that this exists. Like, I almost think they're friends or something, and they're just like, hey, like, I'm gonna copy your video, we're gonna start some internet drama, and then we'll just profit off of it.
The waiters are talking about me right now. Since I took it out, they have not stopped checking on.
Since I took out my notebook, the waiters have not stopped looking over here.
Like, down to a T. It's crazy. But what if I told you that neither of them were the actual originators of this video? In fact, it actually belongs to a YouTuber named Josh Slavin, who is a travel influencer, and the original video...
I've got a notebook and I'm gonna go to a Michelin star restaurant and act like a food critic. Let's see if they treat me any differently. So I booked a dinner reservation at this super nice Indian restaurant in Hong Kong. After ordering the tasting menu, the staff came out and walked me through all the courses.
So this concept comes from Josh, and then Topper stole from Josh, and then Brent stole from Topper, and it's just like a web of thieves just taking the exact concept, 50% of the video at the very least, and just like profiting from it. And Brent's video got 40 million views. I think Topper's got 35, and then little old Josh, the creator of this video, got 6.3. The rich get richer. It's a shame to see. So this is Alex Warren, who used to be part of the Hype House, and a lot of people call him a David Dobrik ripoff because he copies his laugh, his vlog style. All of his videos are about 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which is David Dobrik's length is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So clearly there's some inspiration with that, but we won't call that copying. But how about this?
So this is what it would look like. Jonah, I mean, Pepper.
He even does that David Dobrik laugh where he kind of like cocks his head back like a Muppet and just watch.
I mean, Pepper.
Like that, like cartoonish laugh. And you could argue, look, it's just vlogging, but whenever there's a 4 minute and 38 second compilation of you doing things that are directly related to David Dobrik, I mean, it's probably because people think that you're David Dobrik, which you're not. That's like a quirk that David Dobrik only has, and it's just weird that Alex Warren is completely ripping that.
My camera's about to die.
He even low-key kind of looks like him here. Like black hat, filming in the car. I mean, so now we're going to play a quick game called Did the Stokes Twins Take the Thumbnail from the Original Creator? So here we go. The first one is Last to Leave the Tesla Keeps It Challenge from Mr. Beast. There's the thumbnail. And then right above, we have the Stokes Twins. Obviously, they stole it. I'm trying to think if they even like changed anything up, because you could see even that Pikachu in like the top left background. Like you didn't even think to remove the Pikachu. At least change that little background in the back so it looks like a different garage. All they did was remove that middle console, like that tablet on the Tesla, and then they just exchanged the people. They couldn't even do the due diligence of removing the Pikachu. This is just, I would call this theft. This is not inspiration. All right, next up we have who can do the most dares in 24 hours down to the exact title as Unspeakable. So 2 years passed, they took Unspeakable's exact thumbnail. No, okay, so the only thing they changed was 287 instead of 247, and then they just swapped the face and brightened the shirt, it looks like, and changed the color of the scissors. This one's bad. The sky is exactly the same in the background. I think the blades of grass are also the same. So yes, this is clearly stolen. And then this guy, I mean, Brandon Ferris, he's doing his best. You know, he's trying to switch things up. He's opting for the tweezers instead of the scissor. See, this is inspiration. Shout out to Brandon Ferris. And he also said shout out to Unspeakable for this idea. So at least this guy's kind of, he understands what's happening here. Whereas these, obviously stolen. Now we have, I worked out for 24 hours straight and then working out for 24 hours straight. So, I mean, this one, like again, he took the same exact sun and moon concept. I think he actually took the exact left and right side of it. But what's crazy about this is that everybody's following suit, because it's like if the Stokes twins steal, then it becomes, okay, we can do this as part of culture. And then we have like Dylan Latham and then Ben Azalert doing the same exact thing. Although I'll argue Dylan Latham's is obviously a bit different. It looks like Ben and Stokes twins are in cahoots because they're using like very, very similar things here. But this is a great thumbnail from Brownie, and you know, whatever. And I think this is like a fake bodysuit, it looks like. It's like he didn't even actually actually get shredded on the left. Next up, we have facing 100 fears in 24 hours. And it looks like, again, him and Benzalerts are in cahoots because this is quite literally the same exact thumbnail, just swapped with a different girl and maybe a little bit closer on his shirt here. But what's interesting about this, in addition to everybody just spamming caps lock facing fears, is that also a creator named Zong came out with, again, the same exact video with just a different girl here in a red bathing suit. Like, it's identical. Do they just share the same community? I'm a little confused here. I guess when you steal from the stealer, nobody cares. So you might as well. Honestly, a good channel strategy is to start up like a Stokes Twins dupe channel and just like you'll profit off of it because no one's gonna call you out for copying the copier. It's kind of a good idea. And then we have my favorite, testing viral TikTok gadgets. So look at this right here. We have FaZe Rug's really good thumbnail showcasing like something that has like a virtual keyboard or like a laser keyboard. And then we have Preston, who I didn't think would really dabble in something similar, but he actually, at least he changed the colors of it, but this is obviously a complete rip of this. But then you keep scrolling down and who do we have? The Stokes Twins, who then took from Preston. So it looks like, oh look, it's me. It's like Preston took from FaZe Rug and then they took from Preston. So it's like, it's a whole little, you know, you would think by like the third iteration, there would be some changes, but it just looks like Stokes Twins copy pasted Preston. And what's crazy is a lot of these creators are friends. Like I would wager that Preston and FaZe Rug are friendly with each other and there's probably not beef there. I'm sure he even like possibly reached out or even like wrote, let's see, I bet you he wrote. Yep, okay, so it looks like he tagged FaZe Rug. So I'm guessing there's no beef there, but obviously like the Stokes Twins, there's some beef. So on our left here, we have Mark Rober's original testing if sharks can smell a drop of blood video, which has this iconic thumbnail where he's bleeding out and there's a shark coming towards him. So it makes you think like, ooh, like maybe sharks do smell blood and he's about to get eaten. And then we have FaZe Rug, who then takes that same concept. Granted, he switches up like the shark, but he still kind of takes the exact rip from Mark Rober and he puts out busting 50 mitts in 24 hours. So again, changes like the concept a little bit. I would call that more inspiration than stealing. But then look at FaZe Rug's thumbnail. Let's compare that to the Stokes Twins, who literally all they do, it looks like, is they open up the mouth of the shark, which actually looks kind of goofy, but they got 8 times the views, right? And all they did was switch up the mouth and then they changed the myth to 199 instead of 38. So everybody at the end of the day, like it's one thing to take inspiration, it's another thing to literally just rip it. So here we have a video from Brandon William titled Beat My Grandpa at Arm Wrestling and Win $500, and just take a look at the intro here.
This is Alan Fisher, a 26-time world champion arm wrestler. And today he's dressed up as an old man and will be challenging people here at Muscle Beach.
Really interesting concept. Also, is that Tyreek Hill? Oh, that's kind of crazy. And then we have FaZe Jarvis, who now has a video titled Can You Beat Old Man at Arm Wrestling for $500?
This is Derek Smith, the #1 ranked arm wrestler in the state of California. And today he is dressed up as an old man and will be challenging people at Muscle Beach, California.
Same exact concept, but apparently what's funny about this is that the guy in this video, this guy right here, is apparently the #1 or 2 ranked in the world, and then this guy apparently lost to that guy. So he got like a worse version of the guy that Brandon William got, so it is like a step down video. Brandon Williams' video did super well, 15 million views. YouTube itself commented on him, which is always a rarity. And then, you know, FaZe Jarvis is like, yeah, it still did numbers, but it didn't do anything like close to it. But just again, like shamelessly doing the same exact concept. It's one thing if you want to just like, you took inspiration, you thought it was fun, but then it's another to literally like rip off the concept completely. And that is not the first time that FaZe Jarvis has ripped off somebody. In fact, so Skeppy is a YouTuber who made a video titled I donated $10,000 to Bad Boy Halo to go bald, and a lot of people ended up loving this video, and there it is, $10,000 go bald idiot, and shows him doing it. And then FaZe Jarvis once again donated $10,000 if streamers shave their heads. I just think whenever Morgs copies your video, you know that you did something wrong because he's probably has an eye out for videos that are copied multiple times, so he doesn't feel as bad about it. And so obviously Jarvis kind of messed up here by taking the exact concept and video from Skeppy, not even a month apart. Next up, we have a Dutch channel named Daryl Steg, and I mean, this is just, it's absurd, but every single video is effectively copied. So we have a creator named Phidias here, 2.5 million subscribers. I think he's American, but let's take a look. For instance, Holong Kanje Overland Opskapel. I don't know what this means, but you'll see him with like the neck pillow and the plane. And then Phidias, how long can you live in an airport? I'm guessing that's the same exact title. If somebody's Dutch, Hari, who's editing this video, is Dutch, so he's probably confirmed it at this point. And then even further, I survived 7 days on an island with only a knife. You'll see right here. And then right here is 72 hours surviving on an island. Maybe that's what that says. And it's the same concept, just changed up the font a little bit. But you've probably seen a lot of these thumbnails as well. Like this is clearly a Mr. Beast thumbnail with a credit card. And then here we have an air rack thumbnail about about him like getting like facing his fears. And then this is a Ryan Trahan thumbnail. I mean, it goes on and on. If you know, you know. Just have a look through. It's kind of fun to look through some of these international channels. Another example of this is a massive Russian channel called A4. And if you just like some very popular Mr. Beast videos he takes from, and again, nobody's going to call him out, but you'll see like I went back to kindergarten, so 24 hours in kindergarten, and this is the same exact thumbnail. Bring it to here. We looked at the Tesla car challenge before. Literally same exact thing. You'll see the Pikachu in the top left as well. So clearly like they took the same exact car and just put themselves in it. And even the last to leave the desert island, which I don't know why they titled this one in English. I guess that's what they do actually, but same exact thumbnail, same exact island, no switch up whatsoever. I think the biggest takeaway is that this video could literally have been like 10 hours long of just reviewing thumbnails that are copy and paste from bigger creators or international creators. It just happens. It's part of the YouTube landscape. When you see it, just make note of it. Be like, oh, okay, this creator does XYZ, just so you know, so you have some data, so you as a viewer can have a more pleasurable experience supporting creators who actually make their own work. I love being a YouTuber. It is by far the best job out there, and it's truly a privilege every single day to come on here and talk to you guys. But the worst part about being a YouTuber is that as you grow in popularity, people want to use your likeness to scam other people. And I know this because it happens to me every single day. I'll have DMs from people saying, hey Sam, is this you that actually participated in this ad? Or hey Sam, is this really you promoting this crappy mobile game? And the answer is always no. But I figured today we'd do something fun with it. So rather than just doing a mass takedown and getting these ads off the internet, I'm actually gonna review every single one and figure out whether or not they're good. But here's the catch. If it truly is a great ad, plus I really enjoy the product that I'm promoting, then I'm gonna leave it up. And if I don't like it, then I'm gonna issue a takedown request. It's that simple, so the fate of these companies are basically contingent on whether or not they actually create a good product, which I think that's a fair way to do things. All right, so without further ado, we have a lot to do, so let's do this. All right, so here's the first ad that we'll be looking at today. This seems to be on YouTube Shorts. Shout out to the people who sent me this because it's hard to find the actual link, so they just screen recorded it. So again, thank you guys. This is 20,000 likes, so presumably this has been seen by millions of people based on like the like ratios and everything. This clearly is not me reacting to Stickmen Ragdoll, but let's see what the ad looks like. Looks like they took this from like last year. I was probably doing like some long video that everybody sees on TikTok. All right, so all you need to do, starting, you hold down, and then bam. This looks so much better on TikTok. I don't get why, like what is the goal of this? Okay, we just have to wait. Come on, I know you're AI, but let's do this. Okay, good. All right, I don't think they use like the best matching up what I'm saying. And I made it. This game is great. Okay, so I clearly never said this game is great. I've never played Stickman Ragdoll Falling in my entire life. This is by far like the most sent to me ad. Like I think this has been seen like millions of times on YouTube, which started to annoy me at first because like I wouldn't just promote something crappy like this. But let's see, maybe it's a fire game and maybe I won't be so mad about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and download it and let's see if this game is actually worth it. Otherwise, we're gonna take it down. Let me know if you think these are believable though, if you've ever actually fallen for one of these and thought that it was me actually promoting it. Okay, so here we have Stick Dismount Falling. This is the game within the app itself. I don't know, let's just play. Let's see if this is worth it. I don't even know how to play this, but we're gonna go ahead and see if it's worth it. I already see an ad at the bottom, okay. Oh, so that's the discount. Okay, so this actually reminds me of Happy Wheels. How it's just kind of like the human, in this case, okay. Oh, I mean, I don't get how he's supposed to go down the stairs without getting hurt. I mean, is there a way to do this properly? All right, let's reset this. Okay. How are you supposed to go down the stairs in a way in which you don't actually get hurt? I don't understand this. Okay, let's reset. I seem to have broken my legs. All right, let's do max. Oh, there we go. Yep. I think that'll do it. I'm getting a 1-800-GAMBLER message. All right, my guy just died. 3, 2, 1, okay. All right, don't love on my like third attempt or whatever. I'm already getting a mobile game ad. Really trying to squeeze as much monetization as they can out of this, huh? Ooh, at least I get to play the mobile game ad. I've never seen this before. Oh, there we go, skip. Okay, I think I completed that level actually. So let's go down again. Good somersault. Just don't hit your head. I think that's the big thing. You don't wanna get CTE on these steps, even though it looks like that's what I'm getting. All right, my guy's still alive somehow. Nope, now it's prompting me to reset, so that doesn't look too good. All right, come on, come on, come on. And we made it. Apparently it's not good enough. Okay, what if... All right, that clearly wasn't good. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this wheel because I have a free spin. So maybe I can get like a bunch of coins. Okay, I got 100 coins. I don't think that's gonna do anything for me. Okay, I actually just like unlocked somehow like another map. Oh, it's a slide, so this one should be a bit more friendly to me. All right, that doesn't look too good for me. I think I just died. You know what, I'm not really feeling this mobile game. I also don't know why I'm getting absolutely blasted. Wait a second, all of a sudden it's fun again. How do I feel about Stickman Ragdoll Falling? Promoted it to millions of people without my knowledge. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna have to report them. All right, let's take them down. All right, this next ad we're looking at, shout out to the Gambit Grandmaster Zachariah for sending it to me. This is from Deal Scanner. You'll see, it was on my phone, but I just wanted to like screen record and send it to you guys. He said, hey man, I found this on the internet, just thought you'd like to see. There's a test to see if you have 20/20 vision. So we're going to assess your visual acuity by showing you progressively smaller letters, and you just have to keep going until it's no longer legible, so good luck.
To pass the full test, swipe to the left and select Vision Test.
Okay, so obviously they're using my likeness from like some vision test I did back in like 2021, 2022. Ended up posting it on Instagram ads, and this ended up circulating a little bit. This is their actual channel, so you'll see there's like nothing tied to it. That's the thing with a lot of these like scam adders. They don't actually have profiles, so you can't like directly report them. But in any case, I went back into their comments. I don't know why it says nice try Diddy. I don't know like why I'm associated with Diddy. That's not good. But anywho, there's their website right there. So I went ahead and clicked on it, and it brought me to this site. You'll see searchlabs.com, and there's a bunch of vision tests. So what I did is that I ended up doing some digging, and it ultimately brought me to this link, which is this Zeiss online vision screening. Now, I don't know if Zeiss is the company responsible for the ad being put out or what's going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this vision test and see if it's a worthy product. So let's go ahead and I guess check my vision. I guess you guys could play along too. This could be a good little wellness check. Cover your left eye. Arm's length. Okay, just about arm's length. Mark the spot. See the top ring? Mark the corresponding spot. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Okay, all right, so that's there. Good. It's actually be super useful to see if I actually am losing my sight. Oh, I could hardly see that. All right, that's good. Probably there. This is getting really small. Okay, nobody can see that. You can't tell me if you're watching this video. Okay, I got it right. Never mind. Oh, I'm definitely not getting this right. Okay, I am. I guess I could see that. Maybe I'm like truly underestimating what's happening here. All right, I promise I can't see a thing here. If you get this, you might have the most insane eyes of all time. Yeah, because I certainly didn't get that. Nobody's getting this anymore, besides me, I guess. Okay, run it back. All right, now it's time for my right eye. All right, let's see what eye is better. So I got 2 wrong with that eye. I feel like this eye is going to be significantly worse, but I guess we'll see. So it's getting smaller and smaller. How's my vision? So far, so good. Yep, I could still see it, and I can no longer see it. Oh, but I could see that one. Good horseshoe. Nope, like nobody's seeing this. Okay, I got it, never mind. Nobody's seeing this for sure. So which eye is better? Oh, cool, so there's actually more. A contrast vision test. Now I have to do the same thing. Mark the spot, cover, okay. So we're just running this back again? Oh, but it's like a different color. So the color gets like fainter and fainter. I see. I do see that. Wow. Okay. I do see that one. That's there. If you really focus, you could see it. Okay. As I get it wrong. That one's easy. That's cake. Well, I'm having fun with this. So far, so good with this. I do like this. I don't like this eye. Actually, I have no idea. Maybe here? Let's go down. Now for the other eye. Oops, that was a misclick. I double clicked. That's so unfair because I'm using my left arm now in order to click on it, and this is not a lefty mouse. All right, I'll stop complaining now. I feel like that's not the right thing to do. I just gotta hunker down here and get these right. My left eye just feels significantly weaker. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's like exposure to light, although I'm kind of doing fine. All right, great. We have a color vision check. Both eyes open, okay. Oh, this is a colorblind test. 12. I don't believe I'm colorblind. 8. I feel like I have some pretty good eyes. 71. 74. Okay, maybe I am colorblind. 45. Oh, I do not see anything here. What is that? I don't see a single thing. I'm gonna have to say nothing. Oh, I got it right. Okay, so it could be nothing. Great. And then lastly, we have an astigmatism check. Cover your left eye. All right, we're back at it. Focus on the center of the semicircle. Do they all look the same shade? Oh, yes. Okay. The lines look like the same shade of black. Yes. Oh, nice. Okay, so what are my results? Visual activity, excellent. Contrast, excellent. Color vision, excellent. Astigmatism, don't have it. All right, listen. I'm just saying, I don't mind the eye ads. If they're bringing me to Zeiss.com, I don't mind the eye ads. Preferably pay me if I'm gonna promote the product, but for this one, I actually don't think I'm gonna issue a takedown. I think this is totally fair game. I think it's useful for people, right? I've done eye tests in the past, so it's kind of right up the alley. All right, so assuming it's Zeiss, I like you guys, shout out to you guys. Maybe we should work together. Moving on. All right, so this next thing we're gonna look at is not technically an ad, but somebody ended up making merch that isn't actually my merch. So this is Sambucha merch, Bucha cream hoodies, merch casual, hooded sweatshirt, unisex clothing. It's no longer available. When it was first shown to me, it was like shipping out like a bunch. This is the actual website where I sell my merch. Unfortunately, I'm sold out. I don't think I'll ever be selling like any more shirts or hats, so I think that's pretty much it. But somebody ended up making like literal Bucha merch, so this is not real. I think it's funny that we're gonna keep that up. Like if anybody ever makes like dupe merch, merch. I actually don't think it's the worst thing in the world because I believe in the quality of the Bucha merch. However, you'll never see it again, so it doesn't matter. And in that same vein, we also got wind of another like Sambucha sweatshirt. If you guys make stuff like this, I don't care. Stuff like this is completely fine. It's totally different when you're like actually trying to like use me in a video or something, but this is cool. So these are good. All right, this is actually from my subreddit. I don't know who posted this, but it says, is Sambucha actually reacting to these? And let's see if it's believable. Must mean that it's believable, right?
Do you like Ultimate IQ Challenge and draw puzzle games? Draw to smash. You have to draw lines, scribbles, figures, or doodles to smash eggs. A very hard draw logic puzzle game that challenges your brain, puzzles IQ, and creativity.
That wasn't even my voice. What did I just watch? That was literally a voiceover and my mouth wasn't even matching what was being said there. So the game is called, I guess, Draw to Smash, where you like just draw things and smash. And I'm gonna go ahead and download it and play it, but I don't understand what just happened. Like, why? Why did they should have just used me saying like, this mobile game is good, just taking from that one like where I played 100 scam mobile games. I don't understand, but let's go ahead and play this. All right, here we go. So this is the game. They take me right into it and they're instructing me on what to do, where you just draw it and then you smush these people. Okay, easy enough, excellent. I like that it's linear. Like level 2, it gets harder and harder. It reminds me of that game I played. I don't know if somebody in the comments can remind me of the name of it. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm live. I'm not gonna see this till after. I could easily look it up. But I did that game, that physics game where you like draw things and have to like, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is a lot of fun. So far, so good. I don't like that I just got an ad, but who likes ads? Ooh, I've always wanted to play these ads. Okay, I died. All right, let's move it on. What about that? Cool. It's a little bit too easy. Like, can you not just do stuff like that? In fact, it's way too easy. You just gotta time things. Good game if you're trying to learn physics, though. Oh, yeah, now I draw like a circle. Okay. Let's see if I can actually play this. You know it's bad when you're actually playing the ad on top of the mobile game. All right, I think I've seen enough. I'm gonna go ahead and honestly give that game a thumbs up because I had a lot of fun playing it, and I think it's deserved. The ad itself, though, is actually pretty bad. So, how do I think about this? The ad itself is really bad, in fact. That was just not my voice. Like, at least use like AI or something. There's those like fake Mr. Beast giveaway things. Like, at least they look like 1% real. This is just not my voice, so I'm gonna have to think on this.
A few moments later.
All right, I'm gonna actually issue a takedown. Your game is decent though, so I'm happy to work with you in like a proper manner, but for now, I'm gonna have to take you down. All right, so for this one, shout out to Isaac Gibbs 23. He messaged me on Instagram, so I went ahead and screen recorded it and uploaded it here so you guys can kind of see what's happening here, but he said that they used your video, and of course I was curious, and I clicked on it. This is it. Somebody utilizing my hearing test, and it's like, I don't even know what they're saying. So if you're French, I think, please can you let me know what's happening? You'll see here, they say testes votre, whatever. And I guess it means like swipe to see what's going on, like visit the website. And it has 232,000 views. So somebody got away. The French people think that I'm like promoting some hearing tests, which I'm obviously not. I don't know what any of these comments mean, but they're certainly saying some things. So I went to investigate. So I visited the website. It was one of these things again, so I tried to basically figure out like where exactly they wanted to send me, and I ended up landing here. So it was miracleear.com. Again, I'm always skeptical. I don't know like what their end goal is. I'm not sure if it was actually miracleear.com. It looks like a pretty legitimate site, so I don't really think it's them, but this is where it directed me, so let's check it out. Start with an easy one. What is your gender? Okay, let's see. Male. Now the hardest one. How old are you? Ooh, well, I'm on the younger side as far as this quadrant goes. Set up your system, okay?
Welcome to the Miracleear online hearing test. We invite you to adjust the volume so you hear this voice.
I could hear that. All right, someone is ordering drinks at the bar. Listen to the conversation, select the correct answer.
Good morning. May I have a cappuccino, please?
Yes, of course.
Cappuccino, of course. Cappuccino. Now traffic. This is actually really good. This is so far super useful. Similar to the eye test.
I already forgot the directions. Which way do we go?
Take the next right.
Okay, take the next right. Right, good. I think that's right. Stadium.
Oh,
where are we?
I missed the goal. Who scored?
Brandon scored. He's a really great player.
What kind of generic dialogue is that? And who is Brandon? Let's go. Oh, was it Braden or Brandon? I think it was Brandon. Okay. Workplace. 2 people deciding what they want for lunch.
What are you getting today?
I think I'll have a hamburger.
I think I'll do the same.
Okay, 2 hamburgers. Hamburguesa. At home, they're meeting some friends.
When are we meeting up with Robert and Sandra?
Tonight at 6:30.
Okay, tonight at 6:30. 6:30, good. And then finally at the concert. Why are you talking at a concert? That's rude.
Do you remember where our our seats are?
We're in row M, seats 22 and 23.
M2223. All right, how we do here? How we do here? I am not doing this. No, if you don't provide me with the actual free result, okay, I guess it's free. I just have to email it. Okay, you know what? I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. They're French. I know the French hate me. The French and the furries, the FF. So it is what it is. I mean, it's to be expected of the French. They're stealing from the Americans, right? But we can keep it up. Hopefully nobody's French watching this video. All right, so this is actually from the same exact company. So they ended up like dubbing my voice. I couldn't actually find the video to it, so we just have a screenshot of this. So shout out to the Reddit is actually where this happened from. And also give them the dislike. Again, big shout out there. Stickman Parkour Race and Jump. So another Stickman game. I'm not too optimistic. I don't know like why this company just doesn't use my actual voice, but we're gonna check out their game. All right, so here's this parkour game. Oh, I already like the layout a lot. One thing I'll say about these Stickman games is that they are pretty... Wait, what? I just won. That was 2 seconds and I already got an ad. How money hungry are these mobile game developers? You can't go a literal minute without properly, I can't even talk because I'm so, Okay, at least I got some bonus points. No, another ad. How am I getting back-to-back ads? I didn't even do anything. The mobile game industry needs to be revamped completely. Everything on here is a scam. I actually may never promote a mobile game ever again in my life, knowing that this is the state of things. This is worse than DLC. I'd rather like just pay money and not get ads. You can't even escape it. Like, how do I get out of this? It's been over 30 seconds. Isn't that like the limit? Like, I feel like I just genuinely downloaded this game at this point. All right, I'm not even kidding. It's been 60 seconds and I'm still getting this ad. It's like the entirety of this game mode. All right, the ad ended and I'm still getting pinged. All right, I have 10 more seconds. What's up, guys? Okay, back to it. Let's click next. Ooh, got like a Super Saiyan. I'm like, what's that golden Sonic called? You know what I'm talking about? Oh no! Okay, cool. All right, I won. If I get an ad, I'm done. I'm reporting you guys. I'm reporting you guys because you guys are greedy capitalists when you could have easily just had a game that was fun and you weren't super money hungry. You made a couple million, but you're going for those 8-digit, 9-digit wins right now, trying to make $100 million off the people. And that's not okay with me. So take down. All right, here's another ad that appeared multiple times in the subreddit. What is Lil Bro doing? And it's Lil Bro, AKA me. And I'm playing tic-tac-toe or marketing it. And there's 400 likes on this. So it's probably got a couple tens of thousands of views. We don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and review tic-tac-toe. This better be an absolute killer. Okay, what do you know? Upon launching, I got an ad. Let's skip it though. This skips it for me. No, you're not tracking anything on my phone. Patience, Sam, patience. That is insane. They have DIY grimace shakes though. All right, so tic-tac-toe. I want to face a computer. Let's start easy. Okay, why do you go first? I don't understand why you go first, but that's fine with me. It's not looking good. All right. Okay, I go first. So I think what you have to do is go corner, corner, here, and I win. Tic-tac-toe, beautiful. So now we can go to medium. All right, I'm X, so I should be able to win this. I think if you go first, you could win. Yeah, look at that. All right, 2 wins in a row. Now I'm gonna go on hard mode. Okay, another ad. All right, hard mode. X, X, X. Even on hard, I think if you go first, you can't lose rock, paper, scissors, or tic-tac-toe, same thing. And wouldn't be complete without an ad. So I don't know what to say for this one. It's tic-tac-toe. I don't love how it's such a classic game, but like, why are you using me? Why am I promoting tic-tac-toe? It's such a basic game. I feel like I have to report this one too. These are so bad. A lot of these are just like, the ads kill them. There are good games that are killed by the greed. I don't understand it. Now you may be asking yourself how these people go about making these sophisticated fake ads, and they're using tools like character AI, which I just learned about. So apparently there's like characters that are real people that you could like look up their voice and have them say things. Let's see if I exist on here. Sambucha. Oh, I do. Oh my God, there's a lot. Okay, let's go to this one. Seems the most popular with like 43,000 chats. Okay, voice enabled. That's good. All right, so message Sambucha. Hey Sambucha, what's going on? Does he just... Hey, not much, just hanging out.
Not much, just hanging out. What about you?
That doesn't sound like me. You don't sound like... Wait, let me know if you guys think that sounds like me. I don't think so.
Sorry if I don't. I have a pretty deep voice. It's kind of the only thing I have going for me, LOL.
What? No, don't say that. You're extremely nice and cool and very funny and very handsome.
Oh, you're too sweet. I really appreciate it. I honestly didn't mean to downplay myself. I just have a self-deprecating sense of humor.
Same.
I guess you could say I don't take myself myself too seriously.
Okay, this is creepy. All right, we're gonna leave this. I think this is fun. I hope that it expands further. Maybe we'll have some AI covers of me singing songs soon. Okay, as I do that, I looked up AI cover, and it looks like I'm singing Not Like Us. Is that me? I didn't say it. I didn't say it. That's not me. Look at the timing with the video that just came out. That wasn't me. I didn't say it. It was him. That's not me. And no, that's not pretty cool, right? That's not. That's actually not cool because I didn't say it. Yeah, nope, you're not getting me here. I think we stopped that quickly. All right, let's move on. All right, so this next thing that we're looking at isn't actually an ad for a product. It's just somebody who creates Sambucha AI content, and I thought it was interesting, I guess, so we're gonna check it out. Honestly, you're about to rot your brain from what we were about to watch, but I figured it had to be included in this video because I'll probably never address this ever again. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. I don't know what this is.
To be honest, Sambucha and Ray Williams both have this guy. But
why do I have a car in my head?
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
This is the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life, and I immediately regret my decision looking at this page. And you'll see there's a lot. Like, here's another one where clearly, like, I just start breaking out into song.
All the saints oiled up and strapped down. Must happen.
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Who is even here? What is that? PewDiePie, Joe Bartolozzi, Ray William Johnson. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry. And then me in the corner. And then like I just don't get it. I'm very confused with what I'm looking at. I mean, this page has seemed to have like, I guess it's just like a running meme or something. Here's another one.
At what age should you start doing these things?
I think
6 years old is a good age here. That's when I started.
It's never too early to prioritize beating your wife. I didn't say these things. This is all fake. I did not say any of this. So yeah, I don't know what is going on here, but there's a lot of stuff. So you know what? I'm glad we took a look at it, but I think that's where things end here. So very interesting page. Shout out to this person for making good content. Let's move it on. Now, there's also some channels like Sambucha Edits. That is not Sambucha. That's accrued a couple of views, and it's people. It's not really AI, but it's people just like obviously like making edits of me and stuff, which I think is funny, but I just want to check out some of the most popular ones. How many times have they been arrested? His entire teenage years, I feel like he was always getting into trouble for something. I mean, he's crazy, so let's go like 10 plus. Did not say that, but okay.
Would you trust them to babysit your kids? And we'll say they're like 12 years old or something. No. 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 I don't know why, just a feeling. Would you trust them?
I think this is where we end the video. Here, there's a lot of terrible stuff on YouTube Shorts. I mean, I can open up YouTube right now on my phone, and if I go to Shorts, I'm sure this video is going to be terrible. Okay, here we go. I'm going to click Shorts. Okay, well, that was a Ryan Trahan video, so I'm sorry, Ryan, you're not trash, you're a good guy. But the point being is that YouTube Shorts is pretty terrible sometimes, including my own content. I mean, you can make the argument that I myself make some pretty sloshed content. However, the one thing that I will not tolerate on YouTube Shorts is clickbait, because why is there gonna be clickbait on videos that don't even have thumbnails? Well, today we're gonna be putting some of these videos to a test because I will be testing clickbait YouTube Shorts to see whether or not they're actually legit. So with that being said, we have a lot to do, so grab your popcorn and let's do this. All right, first up, I saw this video from Sean Andrew, who I actually like, and I saw him play with something called a Prince Rupert's Drop, and look what he claims this thing is. I just don't believe this.
It's called a Prince Rupert's Drop, which is a physics phenomenon because the bulb is one of the strongest.
That's not possible. How is that possible? It's a small little glass thing, and you're telling me it can't break whatsoever unless you play with that tail?
How much force these tiny little glass pieces can actually resist? Starting with just 25 pounds.
Like, look, I don't believe this.
Downwards.
To me, this is peak clickbait. I know he's joking. I know he's lying about this.
Destroyed my table.
Next, I'm gonna try to squeeze it as hard as I can. What?
Even with 2 hands, gloves, and my incredibly strong, big, large muscles, there was no way.
I don't believe that. Does anybody believe that? Like, obviously, I think Sean Andrew's a great creator. I don't believe that. So what did I do? I purchased the Prince Rupert drops themselves. I actually got like 30 of them, and they were incredibly expensive. But here we go. So this is a Prince Rupert drop. So the claim is that the tail is very sensitive, and this part is not. So let's see how sensitive this is. I'm actually gonna break one of these, and look how expensive these are, so you know what I'm doing for you guys just for a little tutorial. One Prince Rupert drop is roughly $6 because it's $30 for 5. So this is actually a $6 tutorial just for me to show you that this little part is going to break off. Now I'm gonna do this against my black t-shirt so you can kind of see it happening. All right, just a very small amount of force. Maybe I should put glasses on, hold on. I don't want it to like go into my eye and then I can't be a YouTuber ever again. All right, right, I have my protective goggles on, and I'm about to potentially break this. I mean, I don't doubt that this is gonna break. Oh, okay, it broke. Trust me, a little bit of this broke. But now it's gonna be the big test. We're gonna see whether or not this baby breaks. So I'm gonna do a couple of tests. Let's start those out. So step one is going to be the katana. Why not start with a bang? I mean, he swears that it's not gonna break no matter what goes onto it, so why not put a full-on sword directly to the head of this Prince Rupert drop? So this is completely sharpened. I'm sure you trust me. Look at this thing. This is a real sword. Let's slice through. Wow, it's not even budging. I'm actually putting a decent bit of pressure on it. What? It's not even being dented. Hold on, all right, let me just check. So I can take the tail off, right? Just to show that it's doable. I could take the tail off. Even the tail doesn't break to the katana. Here goes an actual chop. Hiya. 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 Okay, so test one failed. All right, now for test two, we're gonna get a bit more intimate, and by intimate, I mean my mouth, because I'm told that I shouldn't do this. However, I actually have confidence in science, and I think that by doing what I'm about to do, which is put this into my mouth and put it on my molars, I don't think it's gonna break. I mean, based on that katana, I'm pretty confident, so here we go. Ah! Oh, it actually hurts my teeth. Let me balance it out, do the other side. I am trying, and this baby is like, it's normal. Even the tail is intact. And just to show you, like, I could rip the tail off pretty easily. Or so I thought. What the heck? I can't even break the tail. He said the tail is easy to break. The tail I can't even break. I can't break anything. I tried biting on it. I used a katana. I mean, what else can I use? Okay, I got a literal meat pounder. So this thing I use to like thin chicken cutlets. Look at this. Hear this. All right, if this doesn't break it, I don't know what will. Literally nothing. It's putting an indentation into my mouse pad. How is this possible? It's formed an indentation no matter what I do. It can't break. It literally is ruining my mouse pad. All right, well, that was the craziest product I've ever seen. I don't know how this little thing is refusing to break, but it won't break. So that is actually not clickbait. I did not expect that to be true. All right, let's watch this next one because I saw this and I do not think this is real. So you put a spoon on top of a cup and all of a sudden you don't have that like annoying liquid pour thing that happens when you like don't do it fast enough and it sips down the side. We're gonna see if this is true because I don't believe it. All right, the orange juice has been acquired, so I'm assuming it has to be an orange juice. I'll go ahead and fill this cup up with some OJ. And now I wanna transfer it to this cup and I'm gonna see if it falls. Yep. You see that? So it very much does spill when you do it normally, but now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a spoon. Is that right? And then we're gonna do it. And now we're gonna see if it doesn't spill. Oh, whoa, it's actually working. And I'm doing a really slow pour. Okay, not gonna lie, I did not expect that to work, but I guess this like the mechanism of the concave spoon is such so that it interferes and intercepts the liquid and then creates this new, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm talking about because look at it, it actually worked. What an amazing non-clickbait short. Wow, look at that. All right, this next clickbait short is that there's one sound similar to the Yanni and Laurel thing where you can hear either Yanni or Laurel depending on how you listen. Laurel. Or Green Needle and Brainstorm. Do you know like those old like audio illusions? Well, this one I absolutely don't believe. I only watched it once, but I just can't believe that a single phrase can be listened to in 7 different ways. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you and go ahead and read any of these and let me know if you think you can actually hear it. The only thing I hear is that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. That's the only thing. And also logically think about it. They're probably in like a pub, like shouting at some soccer match. And they're probably saying that is embarrassing. It's not going to be lobsters in motion. Even if I tried, I can't hear lobsters in motion. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Same thing with that isn't my receipt. This is just a complete farce and people think this is somehow true. I'm calling clickbait. This is not a legitimate thing that people hear. So this is wrong. False. Clickbait. All right, here we have Andrew Huberman, the neuroscientist, claiming how to slow your heart rate down instantly.
If you want to slow your heart rate down, so stress response hits, you want to slow your heart rate down. What you want to do is, again, capitalize on this relationship between the body, meaning the diaphragm, and the heart and the brain. Here's how it works. When you exhale, the diaphragm moves up, which makes the heart a little bit smaller. It actually gets a little more compact. Blood flows more quickly through that compact space, sort of like it's just a pipe getting smaller. The sinoatrial node registers that blood is going more quickly, sends a signal up to the brain, and the parasympathetic nervous system, some neurons in your brainstem, send a signal back to the heart to slow the heart down. So if you want to calm down quickly, you need to make your exhales longer and or more vigorous than your inhales.
Okay, so really long exhales and my heart rate is going to slow down. That is the claim. Let's see if that is actual clickbait. So here's my heart rate monitor. It is the polar monitor that I've used in some of my videos when I monitor my heart rate for like playing a scary game like Poppy Playtime, shout out. And I'm gonna see what my resting heart rate is, and I'm gonna see if I can get even lower over the span of about a minute by doing these really long exhales. All right, so at the time of this recording, my resting heart rate is around 70. Granted, I'm kind of animated, I'm moving around the room, so I think realistically I stay at like 55, somewhere there. So let's see, I'm gonna do some organized breathing and see if I can get it down. You'll notice it's going up as I continue to talk and as I'm holding my arm up longer, so I'm getting a little bit tired. So I'm gonna try to relax fully. I'm gonna do about a minute of exhales, then I'll check back in. So now it's at 80, so I'm gonna try to get this hopefully sub 70.
A few moments later.
All right, we are at 62 after about a minute of breathing. So it's going up because I'm talking now and I'm getting more animated. I would say that works. That was actually pretty interesting. I mean, I know I just kind of like, you know, started doing yoga basically, but I guess yoga really is just a concentration on exhale. So look, when I'm talking, I'm at 80. So I went down basically 20 just from doing exhales. That's all I did. So I would say that's not actually clickbait. So if you ever need to calm down, do that. All right, here's a video. I remember I tried this once. I forget the outcome, but apparently there's a Google secret that if you type this in, do a barrel roll. This guy's a very slow typer. Google will actually flip. Now that just looks like a really poor like edit and CGI of the Google page. So I'm gonna test this out and see if it's actually legit. I remember I did something like this once. I just can't remember if it worked. Do a barrel roll. Whoa! That actually works? Do a barrel roll? What if I say 20 times? Does it actually do that? Oh no. Wait, so you can actually just do it. Control, Alt, Shift, Rotate. I'm not willing to risk this video just like completely stopping the recording, so I'm not gonna try that. It's like when they say, oh, do Control W, and it like closes out your page, or Alt F4. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a very legitimate thing. Google Easter eggs are a lot of fun. There's actually a couple. You could do Atari Breakout, I remember. It's like a game within Google that you just play. I mean, it's not like that crazy, but you just play Atari in Google. Ain't that something? Ain't that crazy fun that we're talking now? Now we are having fun. We weren't having fun before. Now we're having so much fun. Yeah. Oh, another ball. I love that. All right, moving on. All right, this next one I'm obviously skeptical about, and you'll see why.
You know, you can taste garlic with your feet. Seriously, rub some garlic on your feet, and in about an hour, you'll be able to taste and smell garlic. And it's not because you have secret taste buds on your feet. It's because your skin has oily and watery layers. This makes it very good at protecting it from outside molecules.
Does anybody actually believe that if I were to rub garlic on my feet, then in an hour, I'll be able to smell and feel the garlic? Of course not, because that's not true. There's no taste receptors on our feet. And even this whole like water oil science thingy you're saying, I don't believe it. I don't care that you're a doctor, because I'm a doctor too. I was gonna make a pun, but I couldn't think of anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the garlic, rub them on my feet, and for whatever reason, I hope it works, because otherwise this is gonna be very embarrassing. All right, I've retrieved the garlic. So here you go, that's a clove of garlic. So I guess I have to unpeel it, and voila. So this is now completely peeled, and I'm gonna put it on my feet. So here I am, I have socks on. So over the next hour, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in here. Now, as you can see, I have garlic on my feet right there. So underneath my feet is garlic. So far, I don't smell anything. So far, this is a fraud, but we will check back in about an hour, and we'll see if I smell anything. I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that it's been about 15 minutes, and I don't know if it's the placebo, but I'm tasting some garlic. The garlic is certainly in my mouth. I could smell it. It's been in my foot for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna take it out now, and let's see like what it looks like. Maybe it's gone. Maybe I ate it through my foot. No, it's still very much intact. So here's the garlic. It is still garlic, and it smells like garlic. And that smell is the same smell that I smelled when it was in my foot. So I would go as far as saying that wasn't clickbait. I actually think it's kind of legit. It might be placebo though, and I just don't like the optics of it. Like people just going into their fridge, getting out a clove of garlic and putting it on their feet. It's some sort of like weird fetish that I imagine somebody would want to do and have like a mass experiment on if they were into that. But I would say this works for now. Okay, I had to include this because there's no way this thing actually works. Just look at this.
Look, if you make this magical flipper at home, everyone will become your fan because it's really easy and quick to make. To do this, you only need to fold a piece of file paper like this to turn it.
So I have to get tin foil, put a marble in it, seal it up, and then shake it up, as you'll see.
Into an empty bottle and shake it with force. And now it's ready to...
And then apparently it'll just move. That's not going to work. I don't care what physics I haven't learned that this does apply to. This just logically doesn't make any sense, but I'm of course going to try it. But I think this is peak clickbait, and I'm going to put a stop to this right now. All right, so here we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and I guess fold this so it looks like a little enchilada. Go ahead and drop this in. Okay, so it's all in. I'm going to shake this up. I feel so dumb doing this because I know it's not going to work. Go, go. Ugh. Why do I even fall for it? Obviously, this isn't gonna work. Clickbait. All right, moving on. All right, this thing I didn't actually believe, but check this out.
This is the easiest way to feel like you're in the FBI.
I do want to be in the FBI. Go to Google, type in geospy.web.app. I'm gonna see if this works. And then you basically select an image, and it will tell you the coordinates of that image. So we're gonna see if this actually works. All right, well, this was dumb because I tried to sign up and it says sign-up's currently closed. Access to Geospy is currently by invitation only. But they do allow you to basically go through some of their samples. So you can basically try Geospy. So you can like click on this random car and then it's gonna search for the car and it's like, oh, here you are. You're in San Francisco at this exact latitude, longitude, which I don't know how it does it. I guess it's real, but for some reason, I'm guessing it was like a sponsored post or something because this company doesn't even actually release itself to the public yet. It's still in like a stealth mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and say inconclusive because unfortunately there's nothing I can do with this. All right, wait, so I just found superbolt.geospy and they show you this picture that you can upload and I actually found on Google Street View the actual image. This is like, this takes GeoGuessr to like a whole new level. So you're able to go from this single photo to actually the Google Maps Street View of it, which is pretty impressive. Now, I don't know if they're like fudging the numbers, if they're like able to do this just because they did it themselves, they uploaded this, but if it's able to actually pull based off of just a single image, that's pretty crazy. All right, here's something that I'm not sure if this is real or not. How to block ads on any game. So how to remove mobile ads on games. Go to your settings, then remove cellular data from any of your games, and then turn off the Wi-Fi. And then when you play the game, apparently there's gonna be no ads whatsoever. So I wanna test this out. So let's go ahead and pull up my phone and try this bad boy. So I'm gonna turn off the cellular data for Talking Ben. Turn that bad boy off. I turned Wi-Fi off as well. Yes, that's right. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I get an ad or not. Wow, he is so scary. Let's go to the chair.
Ben?
Did you turn off ads? Did you turn off ads?
No.
I will say it is quite nice how I don't get any ads. Like I actually don't think ads work, so it might be good. Okay, I'm gonna count that as non-clickbait because at least I didn't get served an ad, so I guess it works. All right, let's see one of these travel hacks to save money.
So I will look at a flight and I'll say, oh, okay, cool, this flight is £150, for example. Then I'll go in private browsing mode and that same flight, nothing's changed. I've seen it for £110, £115.
Is that true? So let's go ahead and check. If I want to go from New York to LA round trip on 1st to March 8th, it looks like the cheapest flight available for me is $89, followed by $113, $172. So remember that, $89, $113, $172. Now we're on incognito mode, so I don't know what that means exactly in terms of the data that it will pull and not pull, but we're going from New York to LA, once again, March 1st to March 8th, and let's check it out. And 89, 113, 172, and that is clickbait. Don't believe it. You want to know why? Because if that were the case, I'm sure that there would be like massive lawsuits against Google for leveraging data to apply higher prices to its customers, which I don't think they do. Sorry, call me a Google apologist because I work for them, because I'm a YouTuber. Call me one. Maybe I am one. What are you gonna do about it? Moving on. All right, so this next one is something that I have a lot of experience with, and I came across it because a lot of people think that this is fake, but check this out.
This is a cube of aluminum. It's pretty light, and it barely weighs a pound.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a cube of tungsten, which is one of the densest metals. It's the exact same size as the aluminum one, but it's kind of crazy because this one weighs over 5 pounds.
Does it really? Does a little cube like that weigh that much? Well, I have some experience with this. In fact, I tried to pick up one of the massive tungsten cubes at Ludwig Streamer Games, and I can confirm that that thing is very heavy. So as you can see here, this is a 45-pound tungsten cube, and it looks like, oh, why can't any of these YouTubers pick it up? Well, the reason is because it is actually quite dense. In fact, it is nearly impossible to pick up with a single hand. The only way to do so is if you have insane grip strength, or once you see me, here, you have to use your legs and get up, but that thing is heavy. We are not playing around with that. And I actually have a mini version too. So I think we ended up getting like second or something, and I got like a bronze cube, and this thing is heavy. Like, this has dented many things before. So I'm gonna drop this. Just listen to the seismic sound from this. This doesn't look like it. This thing is actually 5 to 10 pounds. Here we go. Oh no, I just created a divot. Look at this. So that is from the Rupert's drop, and then that just happened from dropping this tungsten cube. Don't believe me? Look at this. It dropped right there and ruined my mouse pad. Now I have to get a new mouse pad. All right, that definitely wasn't worth it. You guys could have just believed me, and I'm sure that would have been fine. I didn't have to test it out, so I can't even throw it because it's just so heavy. I don't want to like hurt my room. But let's move on. All right, here's another thing I came across that I was a little skeptical about, so watch this.
Trigger and buy this. Oh wait, did you not hear about this hack to get discounts just by keeping it in your cart? Nah, I haven't. What is it? Well, you know when you select an item to buy, it goes directly into your shopping cart? Duh. Well, if you walk away and leave it there long enough, some retailers are actually sending you a discount to incentivize the purchase. So you're saying if I keep something in my shopping cart long enough, I might get a discount? Yep, and a similar thing happens when you abandon your cart. You go through the entire purchasing process, but then back out last minute, some online retailers will send you a coupon in your email.
Is this real or is this fake? So I actually took the liberty and tested this one a couple of days in advance because I wanted to see if they'd actually send me something. And take a look at with Thirsty for Savings, save up to 15% on your bundle if you finish checkout. And it tells you what you left behind because I just added a bunch of stuff to my cart and then I abandoned it, and then I got an email and I can now get 15% off on top of what I was getting before. I think that's pretty crazy. It does actually work, especially for certain retailers. So not a clickbait at all. All right, now this guy is part of the alpha male community, which I actually like a lot. I think there's a lot of value to come out of the alpha male community. And this says you're walking wrong.
Most men just walk by swinging their arms like pendulums back and forth. This is wrong. During a study, what researchers realized is that men were seen up to 200% more attractive when they walked with something called swagger in their shoulders. So here's how you develop shoulder swagger. Every time you walk, think about your thumb as your arm swings past it. It'll cause the arm to swing slightly down and then shift to the other side when you graze past your other thumb. You develop a slight swagger in your shoulders that makes you look comfortable.
Now, I don't know if this is ultimately clickbait. You guys can tell me whether or not it's clickbait. Let me give you two scenarios. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one is which, but let me know which one you think is more attractive and professional. Guess what? If you said number 2, then this guy is right and it is not clickbait. If you said number 1, then this guy is clickbait. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder on this one, so I'm not gonna say whether it's clickbait or not. That'll be up to you guys. Now here's an interesting one on negotiation and leveraging the power of silence.
Leveling up your career, your negotiations, and even your leadership. Because in the fast-paced world of business, silence is often mistaken for weakness, but in reality, silence is strength. Silence isn't just about not talking, it's a strategic tool. In fact, research shows that leaders who practice active silence are perceived as more thoughtful and trustworthy. Let's talk about negotiation.
This guy is just milking the silence. However, if what he's saying is true, then you guys will perceive me as a better leader if you become comfortable with the silence that I provide. Now let's see if it will work. Right now, what I want from you is to subscribe. The likelihood that if you're watching this video that you're currently on youtube.com. Maybe you're on the app, maybe you're on the TV, but you're probably on YouTube. And the reason being is because this is a YouTube video. And YouTube is a massive site with over 2.6 billion monthly average users across shorts, longs, and live streams. And so it only makes sense that other video platforms would prop up because they want to claim a portion of the market share. So whether it's international versions of YouTube or straight up ripoffs of YouTube, we'll be taking a look at every single instance of fake YouTube that exists on the internet today. So we'll be taking a look at the user interface, place the videos on there and even some of their most popular creators. Who knows? Maybe have like a secret fake YouTube channel. So with that being said, we have a lot to do today, so go ahead and grab your popcorn and let's do this. All right, so the first website we're gonna take a look at is Chinese YouTube. It's called Bilibili. Now, Bilibili has reached out to me hundreds of times in the past because they want to put my videos on their Chinese YouTube platform, to which I say, no, America. But I know a lot of creators actually end up posting their videos on here because you can't actually access a Chinese audience on YouTube because YouTube is banned in China, and so this is the next best thing. So we're gonna go ahead and have a gander through. I think I'm able to convert this to English. Yes, okay, cool. And this is the homepage of it. So you'll see like, you could just really break it down by genre just from clicking right into here. It's like the first thing they showed you is like break it down by genre, which is fun. Dynamic and popular. I feel like that's not like a good translation. Now the views on here are actually pretty solid. Like there's videos with millions of views. So I mean, this is super popular. This is literally the YouTube of China. Like this guy right here, let's see what he's up to. He's a live streamer. Okay, really slow loading times. Okay, seems to have broken, so there's not much, but you can also contribute flowers to these live streams if it was working, so imagine it was. All right, so the very first thing I want to do is see if Mr. Beast is on here. That'll be the litmus test. So Mr. Beast on Bilibili, do we got him? All right, so Mr. Beast actually exists on Bilibili, so here's his page right here. He looks verified, I guess, right? I don't know what numbers mean anything, so let's see if I could translate again. Well-known YouTube blogger with 300 million fans. Wow, he updated that too. And he's getting 13 million views, 8 million views on videos. He's getting 10,000 comments. I mean, this is all of his videos. I feel like this isn't real. So wait, is he doing different thumbnails in China? What does this say? Can somebody like please translate this for me? I have no idea what that says. It could say like subscribe for a dumpling. I don't know. It could be like trying to translate it. Is that racist? I feel like that's like not, but anyways, let's see like what's dynamic over on the Mr. Beast channel here. Okay, they're making me like verify. Please click on the following images. What, like that? Okay, I think I failed verification. So let's just go back to home here. All right, let's try to watch one of these videos. Is it possible? Do I have to sign in? Please let me watch. Please let me watch.
Ni hao. Hey guys, I'm Mr. Beast. One of the largest YouTube channels in the world.
Wait, I didn't know he had an introduction to his Chinese channel.
We also do kind of silly videos.
Mr. Beast Chinese confirmed? I didn't know he had this.
Buried myself alive for a week, or I launched the world's largest firework. You just have to watch. They're so crazy.
That's fair, I guess, right? That's the appeal of Mr. Beast, is that he's so like generic in a good way. It's like anybody can consume the type of content he's put on.
And obviously I'm new here, so if you could do me a favor and just leave a comment, tell me what you'd like to see from me. And
wow, okay. What are people saying here? So he said, Ni hao. Oh, I gotta translate this. How do I translate this? Ni hao, Chinese friends. I'm very happy to finally be on Bilibili. Huge surprises are coming. Welcome. When will you come to China for a big job? Let's play hide and seek. Oh, wow. So Mr. Beast has now, I guess he's one of the biggest creators in China. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so this is the largest channel on Bilibili. It's called Movie Hurricane, and they have 8.83 million subscribers, or fans, I guess they call it. Let's see his most played video. So let's see what everybody's watching. Okay, this is 1.5 million. Oh, okay, this is 11 million. So let's see what he's all about. Oh, so it's like a Veritasium, you know, like kind of like learn something. Kind of looks like Marquez Brownlee, like the background and stuff. That guy obviously doesn't. I mean, I don't really understanding a word that he's saying, but I get that this is, oh my God, does this have 8 trillion views? No, never mind. All right, going on their front page again, and the problem of the century. Okay, their thumbnails are kind of YouTube-esque, you know, it's pretty similar. They got some like anime on here. You know what, this site is quite interesting. Okay, there's like some Mickey Mouse going on. Isn't like Disney banned in China, or am I wrong about that? And yeah, they also have stuff like Game Center, comics. So they combine it, like Rent a Girlfriend comic. You can just get manga here on Bilibili. Is it free? Sorry, I don't know what this means. Error. Okay. Sorry for the fat intestines. I don't know what that means. All right, now I typed in Sambucha, and the good news is that it actually comes up as like an auto suggest, but the bad news is that I can't actually search it without creating an account. So can somebody, actually, I don't want to incentivize downloads on Bilibili, especially here in the US. We want to protect your data, but I would be curious if I'm on Bilibili. I don't believe I am, because I did a backwards Google search and then my page didn't show up. I'm also not sure why I can't search up Sambucha without logging in. I don't know if it's like one of those like nuclear words over there where you can't say it or not. Wow, this actually looks like a thumbnail that you would see on YouTube. Some guy with like an exaggerated face like PewDiePie used to do in his thumbnails. And like, what is that, TikTok? Is this a TikTok compilation? Wow, is that Zach King, Bella Porch, and The Rock? I think these are the most viewed TikToks.
2000.
That's crazy they know Addison Rae in China. Mr. Beast. All right, let's see. What are the chances that my video's in here? Cobby Lame, Charlie D'Amelio. That's quite, I want to see more of this guy. This guy seems like a fun lad. All right, what else we got? What else we got?
竞争越来越多，这是美女啊！
Okay, let's translate this back. Oh, this guy's getting a lot of views because he's got 95,000 likes alone. So how many? Okay, this got 1 million views. All right, okay, stupid netizen Jiangji. Can you please, if you see this, if somebody can get in contact with this person, I want to collab with this guy. Can we please do a collab, stupid netizen Jiangji and Sambucha? If you see this, can somebody please clip this and send this to this Chinese creator? I'd love to do like a dual react video with you. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I don't know how to contact you. I don't know if it's possible, if we're allowed to talk to each other. But let's try to do something crazy. Maybe you and I can single-handedly save foreign relations between the US and China by merging our entertainment values together. But that's enough diplomacy talk now, because now we're moving on to actually domestic fake YouTube, which is Rumble. So Rumble is a platform that came up. It's like a bastion of free speech is what it claims to be. And you'll see a lot of like political stuff on here. I think there's like some live stream portion where I think their biggest streamer is like Sneeko maybe. Let's go ahead and check. Live. DJ Academics. I know who that is. So I guess he's one of their biggest. Now it actually has a pretty clean user interface. I like the black. It's very smooth, like the scroll through. You'll see they have like a browse editor picks. Let's see what's trending, for instance. Yeah, as you'll see, it's like all political. There's going to be don't fall for this White House scam. So there's a lot of people on the right over on this platform. A lot of conservatives, a lot of people who have been probably banned from YouTube, I'm guessing, on here. So Donald Trump still posts on Rumble, Russell Brand, Tucker Carlson. Yeah, and it's literally every single video I'm looking at is politics. Then yeah, I think Sneeko is like one of their biggest creators. Here's his page. Oh, only 400,000 subscribers. I don't know if that's considered a lot though. Now, fun fact, I actually have a Rumble account. This is it, 8 followers. I posted this because, oh wow, I ended up getting 100 views. So I tried posting a couple of videos because I was curious, like if this was next up. I'm like, oh, is Rumble gonna be a thing? It never really materialized, but let's see if there's like comments on this. I can feel my brain melting. Oh, that's what I said. Okay, nobody else actually commented on this. How about this one? Music is not, oh, this is what I'm saying, okay. All right, so I guess nobody actually commented on my videos. But I will say, my other channel is active, and this one actually I have 12 followers. This one's a bit more popular. Let's see if any of my shorts ended up performing well. I'm able to sort, doesn't look like it, so I'll find one. I just wanna see what a Rumble comment looks like. Yeah, you'll see, I posted a ton of these. I mean, I posted pretty much all of my old shorts at some point were posted onto Rumble. None of them did well, so it was pretty upsetting to see. At least my long video got like 100 views. Yada yada. Okay, wait just a second. I have a video with 58 views. It was a Wikipedia speedrun Mia Khalifa to Spider-Man, and nobody commented on it. Okay, but of course that one ended up getting views because look who's in the title. Don't look her up. Yeah, I mean, Barstool Gambling, so there's a lot of gambling on here. I mean, I don't know. Let's look at like this guy.
Welcome to Wheel I Chew You News, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. Hey, internet's back up and running. I don't know if you heard.
I don't care. All right, we got Mr. Beast on here. It's people talking about Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast actually has 1 million followers. Follow for a cookie. I mean, this is his. So I built 100 homes. He put it on here, really.
In this video, we are building and giving away 100 houses.
I feel like this isn't his official channel, but I guess it is also. Look, the comments, you could help veterans in your own country. It's such like a Rumble comment, I feel. All right, some of the latest videos, looks like some anime girls, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan. Yeah, I mean, it all makes sense. If you haven't been on Rumble, it's fine. You know, there's just a lot of free speech happening here. I've never actually spent time on Rumble. I'm sure you guys aren't going to end up going either, but that's it. All right, so here we have VO.com. So VO, I don't know what's happening here. You'll see like the front page is already kind of looking like Twitch with all these different thumbnails of girls. I don't know if it's Chinese owned. This is a very poor user interface. It looks like YouTube in like 2010, but let's have a look through it. What's interesting is they have movies, music, channels, and groups. So they have like some interesting tabs, particularly movies. Like, let's see, they have action movies on here. All right, they only have 4 action movies on here. Let's check out comedy. Jack and the Beanstalk you could watch on here. I mean, that's certainly something. The video loads. This is the lowest quality video I've ever seen. Okay, so it looks like the video is not even loading. My husband does, okay. Oh, here we go.
And everything. Will you read it to me, please? I can't get over the big words.
Only because I'm fascinated by you.
All right. Ultra Kawaii. This looks like just an ad, I guess. I don't know. Let's go to like, who's like their top channels? Let's go to, is there gaming on here? Do we technology and gaming? Let's look at their popularity. So the most popular one seems to be Dream Cars. So this is like the Mr. Beast of VO, which we're about to look at. All right, that's not loading. So let's go to entertainment and we'll actually find the biggest one here. So by popularity, okay, let's go to celebrity or comedy. Average Betty. She seems like a huge creator. Here we go. Let's do how to make grilled fish tacos. Teach me. This is Mr. Beast of
Hi,
Vio.
Sarah from Average Betty here. With all of the tragedy and unrest in the world,
Look how bad this like scroll bar is. It's insane just how much further ahead YouTube is than every other platform. What like quality am I even watching this in? All the spam in the comment section, bonus deposits, super promo. Talk about scam ads. I mean, Vio is ridden with it. Even the front page, like I'm sure this, I can't click on this because otherwise I'm probably gonna give up all of my like IP data and stuff. Overall, Vio is an absolute L. I mean, I would not recommend going on here. Honestly, any of these sites so far. All right, so this one you may have heard of before. I think this one's a bit more vetted and people take it seriously, mainly because they have a lot of different things on the platform and it's more so centered around like true documentaries, films, movies, and that is Vimeo. So Vimeo is like fake YouTube because nobody really uses it. It kind of reminds me of like the old like Daily Motion days. But yeah, you'll see like they have a lot of different things on here. So I don't know, like, are we good parents?
I'm pouring the milk, so sogging starts now.
So it's like all films and stuff.
Have a good day. Love you.
Yeah, just...
Okay, it's just like skits. Saw this at South by. So okay, great short with an approach to an old subject. Should I? Okay. So I don't know if they have actual YouTube videos. So let's go check out if I'm on here. Sambucha, anything? Search all of Vimeo for Sambucha. Anything? Okay, literally nothing. There's Sambuch from Delhi, India. But that is not I. Let's also check out Mr. Beast. Does Mr. Beast exist on here? He does. Full Mr. Beast secret video. Wait, is this real?
This is the largest burger ever made. And as of now, it's an official Guinness World Record. It's over 3,000 pounds.
Wait, I've never seen this video before. I watched it and this is real.
We are all influencers. I'm gonna be shouting
Joe
this out.
Bartolozzi in a Mr. Beast video. So they had to what? Like eat the burger? Okay, that's interesting. So Vimeo actually has some gems on here. I didn't know these videos existed. But it's, okay, wait, he actually has a channel. Is this it? I'm a YouTuber, Mr. Beast. 3 videos, 24 followers. Okay, I don't think it's actually him. Don't move. Okay. All right, Vimeo, I mean, you know the deal. Still fake YouTube, so don't go on it. All right, so next up is Odyssey, and it's built on blockchain technology. So it leverages the blockchain in order to post, and like the way you interact with everything is all posted there. So in theory, you could never actually lose your channel because it's posted on the blockchain. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I heard it's really good though, like for people like devs especially. So you'll see like some Linux stuff if this is meaningful to you guys, which I know it is because you guys apparently love like developing. So I'm sure you've heard of this one. Web Dev Simplified, join a membership and support creators. The Babylon Bee, new content available, King of Roasting Tech, and then some like nerd stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and see the featured videos. What do we have on here mainly? 5 best alternatives to replace plastic, the only video game to make me cry. Okay, so they have a bunch of different types of content. There is a lot of tech stuff. Like you'll see tech, this is tech. Do they have like any entertainment? Again, we'll have to do the Mr. Beast test. So if I do look up Mr. Beast. Oh wow, he's actually not on here, which is interesting. So no Mr. Beast. I mean, unless one of these is him. And then no Sambucha. Oh wait, here we go. Ranking your favorite YouTubers.
Oh yeah, this is about to be...
Ranking your favorite YouTubers, this time Sambucha. Will he flop? So what is he doing? Are my videos on trial or something and he's gonna be ranking them? Will he flop? I just gotta see ultimately what you say. This will decide if I like Odyssey or not. Let's see what Artorias has to say about me, Odyssey creator.
But it was like smooth commentator fun. So
Okay.
we'll give him a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
On the scale of being fun.
Nice.
On the attention scale, we'll give him a 5.
Let's go.
The videos that I picked, because his attention crazy.
Let's
And
go.
just for the quality of his videos, another 5.
Let's
He has
go.
Really good quality. He gets a 13.
Ooh, let's go. Shout out to Artorias. Give me a 13 out of 15. Okay. I don't even try to be funny. I'll take the 3. I thought I'd get a 1 in that category. Ooh, quality, attention. I like, hey, if you're on Odyssey right now, shout out to you. Who's Odyssey's biggest creator? So I think their largest channels have like 20-ish thousand views. They all talk about like boring tech stuff, but all right, shout out to Odyssey. All right, now this is gonna ring a bell here, but we have Daily Motion. Has Daily Motion turned into TikTok? What? So Daily Motion, if you haven't been like on the internet for super long, it used to be like the spot to watch videos. Like you would get a Daily Motion link and it would just be, you know, a really low quality video, but that's the only way they used to be able to play it prior to YouTube and stuff. Now it looks like they've gone full on like
potentially impact
TikTok. Wait, this is so interesting. Do you feel like YouTube's eventually going to do this where you just like scroll through long videos and they start playing? Oh my gosh, a lot of political stuff, the dodo. I mean, they have a lot of interesting things on here. I just did not expect to get this. And these are all videos. Then they have their thumbnails. Wow, this is actually quite amazing. All right, so let's like see if I'm on here. I doubt I am. Daily Motion. Oh, I am. So YouTubers that are permanently banned. Looks like a video. And then also, what is this?
Oh, but luckily for us, I do know we're in the Bronx.
I can't let that song play because I'll get copyright claimed. What did somebody just post a compilation on Daily Motion in China? Okay, so it's just my GeoGuessr video compilations, and then there's like, I guess, Chinese text in the background. Okay, that's kind of fun. How'd this video perform? We got any views? I don't think so. There's actually a channel called Sambucha, but this is not I. 17 years ago? Yeah, I mean, I have to say, this is quite the interesting UI. I just hope that YouTube doesn't ultimately do this because I kind of like the thumbnail game. I like the idea of like clicking on a video you want to watch rather than this entire scroll fest. But it is cool to merge like TikTok and YouTube. I did not know that they did this. This is quite cool. I wonder what else they'll apply the scroll feature to. Do not look at that. Do not look at that. I'm sorry that I did not mean to land on that. That was an accident. All right, now we're moving on to PeerTube, developed by Framasoft. What is PeerTube? PeerTube, an alternative to big text video platforms. So it's a French nonprofit. Oh, the French, here we go. Just kidding. If you're French and watch this video, I like you as always, but if you're French and you don't watch these videos, then... All right, anyways, so browse content. Sambucha, am I on here? Is that me?
If you're an observant person, you'll notice something wrong in this video.
Ignore the hair. It's the orange hat. It's orange hat. It is.
What? Do I? Okay, I guess so. I don't really wear the orange hat. Is that what he's going with here? 0 views. Well, now you have a view. I don't understand what just happened. So what is the benefit of the website? What is on here? Oh my gosh, don't go on here. What is this? This is the trending videos? Oh, I would stay off of this platform. Yeah, okay. How about we stay off this platform? I'll do one final search, Mr. Beast. Let's see. Mr. Beast invited me to a challenge. Oh, I see. So it shoots you to different websites that play videos. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hi, I'm Isabel, but you can call me Izzy, and I have the craziest story to tell you. But before I do, please like and subscribe.
I'm not doing all that. You lost me already, but I see what it does. Okay, so I guess there's a little bit of use to PeerTube. They just shoot you over to like other platforms. Fine. All right, now we're moving on to DTube, and DTube is a platform that basically like rewards you in Bitcoin for using the platform and uploading videos. Let's see if we can take a gander at some of the top videos on here. So let's look at their trending videos. A lot of these just like don't really work. The websites are just super slow. New videos. What am I even doing? Let's just search. Let's see, Sambucha, do I exist? There is result for Sambucha. Okay, can you show it to me? Show me the result that we have. All right, I have a Mr. Beast. There is result for Mr. Beast, but it's not showing. So it looks like I made a grand total of 3 cents from using this. So I guess you can make some money by going on these platforms, but I don't think there's much to be made out here. All right, now it is time for Facebook Watch. So Facebook, big player in the space, arguably more monthly average users than YouTube. I know it's close. And this is their like style of YouTube with long videos because they have their Reels, of course, which is right here. So they've also adopted, and I guess historically have had the scroll. So you scroll down and then the videos start auto playing and you'll see a mix of videos, so like wider screen, and then you'll have your shorts and your reels. It looks like you're gonna explore by alphabetical trending hashtags, which is like so 2016. There's not a lot of functionality, like a built-in algorithm, because I'm logged into my account and I don't know why I'm getting these types of videos. It's also the same video, like no one thought a 14-year-old would do this, and then no one thought a 14-year-old would do this. So I'm getting like repeat videos. It's obviously not optimized. It always surprises me because Facebook is massive. They have so much money, Meta, so you'd think that they'd like invest in making a really good video platform, but they haven't. Why haven't they evolved much? Reels is good. Like, you know, like Reels at least has some functionality. Yeah, here we have it. But it's just like, you know, TikTok copy paste, right? All right. A lot of couples content on here. I think overall, like Facebook Watch is not really like worth spending a lot of time on. Still YouTube reigns supreme. All right, next up we have, and it's a little nerdy because there's like coding videos on the front page. Oh no, I'm sorry. I clicked on coding when I went down on it. Still looks fairly nerdy, but it does look actually good and safe and vetted. It looks like everything uploaded on here is safe. All right, they have like the New Heights podcast, which I've heard of. They have Vivo on here. Is this just a rip of YouTube? What's happening? So can you play like a Peppa Pig video embedded? Oh, watch on YouTube. Ooh, so we should probably like blur some of these websites. I feel like you're not supposed to promote these sites. So when I say them, we will just make sure that the URL is blurred. But yeah, I think is a place where you can like, I guess, watch videos, maybe ad free. I don't know what it's like looking for on here. Yeah, we got Mr. Beast, there's Preston, there I am, my shorts pop up on here. Okay, so it just has like everybody. Like, let me look up. Oh my gosh, even my recent videos are on here. They take no breaks, jeez. But yeah, all the videos are on here. Maybe don't go on here actually. Let's leave here. Okay, so now we have stupidvideos.com, which is like, I guess, a fake YouTube because it's a video hosting platform. Now it's interesting because the entire UI is just like random titles like Freeway Cow. Stupid videos. And it's just literally a cow running on a freeway. Wait, so I can make it medium, large, extra large. Let's go XL. So it's just literally stupid videos. And there's like an infinite amount of them. This scroll goes on to like 1,000. Okay, let's go to fish and ball. It's definitely stupid videos. Let's go to tennis ankle.
Stupid videos.
That's not really. Okay. And then finally, sumo.
Stupid videos.
At Smart Beef, we think our $1.99 numeric beeper service is a big deal. But now for a measly $7.99 a month, we're offering something even bigger. Alphanumeric.
All right, I mean, Stupid Videos is a pretty solid site. It's pretty limited. I don't think, oh, you could search. Mr. Beast. No, nothing. All right, I mean, I have to cleanse myself. Let me just go on YouTube and get happy real quick. All right, here we go. We finally made it back to the homeland, YouTube. Look how clean this UI is. It's such a pleasant experience. You know what, every time people crap on YouTube, just remember, there's nothing better out there. I mean, YouTube is really king. There's really no other platform that rivals it. I mean, of course, you have like your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, but YouTube really is king. That's why to play this game, it's apparently the scariest game in the world. It's called Dreader, and I'm just gonna do a straight playthrough, no cuts or anything, and I'm gonna see if it's gonna scare me. For what it's worth, I have zero experience playing scary games, but I don't really get scared too often, so let's see. Game contains flashing lights and may be unsuitable for people with photosensitive epilepsy. Good thing I don't have that. Proceed. What is it with that dot /? Permission to access your visual cortex and related synaptic connections. Okay. All right. So it's like a maze. Welcome to the maze. The greatest treasure awaits. I'm sure. Huh? Oh, it's one of these games. I have to stay within the lines. I haven't done that since I was in like kindergarten with coloring books. Okay. Like tough. I feel like I need to lean forward a little bit so I can get this right. I feel like something's gonna pop out at me. It's just my gut here. It's a little weird that the mouse is doing the same exact. Can we like? Do you see that mouse in the bottom right? That's exactly. How does it know that that's what my hand's doing? Okay. Are you alone? Do I be honest here? They want me to be alone. All right, I'm alone. I'll say yes. Okay, I had to click it twice. And another maze. Something's gonna pop out. I'm ready for it though. Hope I don't have lives, because if I had like 3 lives, I think they'd be over by now. Slow and steady. We're a pretty good mouse, so I should be able to handle this. I saw something walk by that window. Okay. I think it's the top of the cursor is what can't hit the walls. Alright, that was inconvenient. I'm a little nervous right now. There's nothing behind you? Okay, my window's open. It's kind of scary. Descend or turn around? Guess I try turn around, right? Why I'm doing this. If I could even get there. Oh, so it's the guy in the game who's gonna turn around. Okay. What am I supposed to do here? Alright. Do I have to move with it? They're asking way too much from me. I see what I have to do though. I played the world's hardest game once and there was something like this. How do I, wait, hold on. Oh, I stay there. I see. I see what I have to do. I have to, sorry. Kind of low IQ of me. Okay. Good, stop. So where do I have to go? I have to go there. Good. Oh my gosh, I was so close. I can't lose on this. Alright, here we go. Gamer mode. Gamer mode. Gamer mode. I'm getting frustrated. I can't let them win. This is my time to shine. It's my YouTube video, not yours. Okay. Staying right here. Move right here. Good. Okay, I got it down now. Good. 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 He's knocking. Don't turn around. Don't do this. Alright. Unless he knocked. Could have just came barging in, I guess. Unless he went under the door. Be kind of scary. Why am I unlocking? That's gonna unlock the door, isn't it? Okay. Behind me, isn't he? I know he's behind me. I know he's behind me. I know. I have to get out of here. Okay. Turn around. I know you're behind me. Unless I was just hearing something. Okay, it's not there. Barry. Something's gonna happen. Oh, that's, I see. See, I had to click that once so I could understand what the mechanism was, but it creates like a 3-block thing, essentially. I have to stay like within it, like that, yeah. Kind of a tough game, like technically speaking. Alright, this is easy. I know something's gonna pop out. I know it. I can see it. I know. I'm ready for it though. Is this my room? Oh, I just did that. Turn around. Is that him behind me? I hear him. Oh no. No! Oh, I'm done. I have to go quick. There's nothing behind me, okay. Whew. Thank God. Had me scared for a second. Let's proceed. They just said nothing's behind me. Alright, I guess I have to turn around. Unless they're lying. But I don't know why they'd lie about that. Okay, so he's on top of my computer screen? Okay, come on. Oh my gosh. Please. Okay. Up, right, go up a little bit, turn, change, good. Back here, it's gonna change once more. It's gonna change once more. Okay. Oh no, who's that? Are they coming towards me? Okay. I'm running away now from the red arrow. Oh no. Okay. A little daunting. Why is the red able to go across the lines? That's not fair. Gotta create an equal playing field. Kill F. Who's F? Or like L? Oh no. Okay. What just happened? What? That it? That felt like some like Illuminati introduction. All right, the end. Honestly, I don't have chills. Well, I'm a little sunburnt, so maybe that's where the chills are coming from. Pretty scary. I don't know.